Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and so it begins, our final moment that I'm going to be introducing us all before the start of a Master Circuit tournament for PlayStation tournaments. And it's a bittersweet moment because we have traveled so far, we have done so much to get here, but now we get to crown a champion. It's kind of like the celebration and the ending all at the same time, and I am so glad to be doing it alongside Girl, my co-caster, my duo, my partner in crime. Girl, tremendous day for North America. Somebody's going home with a bunch of money and some PS5s.
6 people going to be able to earn themselves PS5s. They don't have to wait in line to buy one. They just got to win here today. They got to beat the top amount of points on the leaderboard today. So it's going to be a lot of action. Earlier we watched EU play it out in second place. There were a lot of people contesting for that second place up until the very last game. So it was down to the wire, and I'm sure we're going to see about the same here in NA. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a little bit different than our qualifiers just because everyone is here to play.
And they're all here in the same lobby. They're not fighting in lobbies where some are qualified, some aren't. Return teams are happening, and some teams who have already got their spot are taking the weeks off, preparing, getting ready for grand finals. We'll see what really everybody has in a fully stacked lobby. It's going to be very exciting. But for those joining us, I want to make sure you understand the rules of how we get this on. Our grand final format, of course, trios, like you're used to seeing in Apex Legends when you land in with your friends. Although you can do duos in there competitively, ALGS style. We're going to go 20 teams and 6 games. The team with the most points at the end is our winner, and they'll be crowned the champion. But when it comes to that, they've got to handle it with their points right.
Yep, and for the elimination, so each kill you get during this, it's going to grant you 1 point. Now, even if one team revives their players and there's 2 extra kill points, there's another 2 points. So you can bait people to go for revives. You can try and do it that way, or you can go for placement. Now, first place grants you 12 points, second place 9 points, third place 7 points. So once you're into that top 3 region, it might even be beneficial to just fight a squad, get the extra eliminations and that extra placement point. Maybe you won't get first, but maybe you'll get second with some more points. It's a good way to do things. 4th and 5th, if you can rat your way up to there, that would be super awesome for your team. 5 from 4 points isn't something to just, laugh at. It's a lot of points. When it comes down to the wire, when it comes down to the leaderboards, that's what you want.
And when it comes down to the money, 1st through 20th, everyone will get a little piece. But 1st and 2nd, I want you to pay attention not only to those large sums, but those asterisks on the side of that T and that D. It means each player on those positions, if you are 1st or 2nd, will receive a PS5. Not just one per squad, where they'll have to show up every weekend and choose somebody's house to play at. Each one of them is going to get it. So 6 PS5s total we will be giving away in North America today.
Yeah, on top of that, money as well. Everyone's going to get money for making it over here. They played through the qualifiers. They're going to be able to net themselves at least $50 each. And these are qualified teams to make it here, to qualify for potential PS5. So Rollers, MX, they've done extremely well. Our IB, another team that's done well. Fake Preds in our previous qualifiers, we've seen them do really well. CPT, the Ultimate Lovers Trio, that was one of our fan favorites, I would say, playing with the Trident.
Well, I mean, the names, they may not say a lot to those who are coming out of maybe the woodwork saying, hey, what's going on? What's on Twitch, what's on YouTube. Let me just check out some Apex today. But if you've been watching the Master Circuit, these names have started to have weight to them. And we have described the moments that they've presented to us on screen in a multitude of ways. Exciting, different, game-changing, meta-breaking at times with the Ultimate Lovers Trio, but always competitive. And now it's going to be even more competitive as we head into our first game. It is now time to start, girl. Settle in, everyone at home, get ready. We have 6 games to go. Game 1, always a really nice kind of lead into what the lobby is going to look like. And in fact, coming from Europe, we saw the pace shift a little bit, I think, to get a little slower as the games moved on. Sometimes we see like that ramp up to where people start throwing everything out to the wind towards game 4, 5, and 6, but we saw some really heavily played, slow, methodical circles, even towards the very last game in Europe.
It's nice to have tournaments like this where there's a different prize for different placements so that no matter where you stand on the leaderboard, there's something to fight for. You're able to make your way up to the next level. And we've seen earlier on the last game, a team go up 5, 6 placement points into the money, right? Double their money. So that's what we're going to see here today. It's going to be a rough start for some folks and a great start for some others, but everyone's going to be trying hard. Earlier today, we saw a lot of teams in the 2nd and 3rd zone, not many people fighting. Are we going to see a difference in NA perhaps? We're about to find out.
A lot on the line today for sure, and the questions are still up into the air. The best part about Championship Sunday is that the players answer them. We just get to watch and remark. And that is, of course, what will be happening today. It's Thursday for most of us here. Maybe if you have a time zone far away, maybe if you're in Australia or Japan or something like that, you might be on Friday right now. But we are currently getting ready for our Championship Thursday. Game 1 about to happen on Storm Point. And these teams are vying for those PS5s. And a thing I like about that second place PS5 and big prize pool too is that there isn't as much of a distinction between first and second. Both those placements actually can switch very easily in terms of the reality. Maybe it's just a few points of who won and who didn't win, or maybe it's just one game that turned the difference between first and second. So the prizing still matches that, but it gives you, as the, let's say a team runs away with it, as that 2nd through 7th, 8th team, something like you had mentioned, girl, to really play for, even until that final game. That second place tends to be something a lot of teams can go for and make a move. We saw, I forget the name of this team. It might have been We Don't Play. Yes, We Don't Play in Europe.
We Don't Play.
They went from, what, 9th to 5th? Got almost
10th.
Yeah, 10th to 5th, and an incredible, almost tripling of their money. It was a great performance at the end with a 28 bomb. So that can happen in tournaments like this. And I mean, I don't know. What do you like about this format, girl? Obviously, it's exciting that we're giving away these PS5s.
I really like I said, that there's a chance to fight for something always. But really, it showed everyone's skill and it showed everyone's determination earlier. There were people ratting until the very last second, like Finn from TXC did a great job picking up a lot of placement points earlier and maintained that top 5 position. I think they got 4th or 5th place. And yeah, it gives everybody an opportunity to really show what they've got. We're gonna have to look out for teams to play different from qualifiers to the grand finals. Earlier, some teams were like, they felt like they could do exactly what they did in qualifiers and do great here today. But not every team played in each and every single qualifier. So here today, we're going to have the strongest teams, and you cannot underestimate anyone in this lobby. And that's something some teams have done earlier today.
We talked about that first 3 games, really, what it means to play in the new lobby that you're playing here with the grand finals, every team that is qualified versus those earlier weeks. And we have also seen some teams like ARS Baguette not really rise to the call at the same time that we expected to, having won all 4 of those weeks in Europe, now kind of finding in that 8th place position. Yes, they got a decent amount of money. It's just like winning another 600. So hats off to them, 3,000. They've actually won more money than anybody in Europe in the Master Circuit, but it wasn't the performance we expected. So Fake Preds, CPT, Ultimate Lovers Trio are probably the 3 teams that we see often at the top in North America in our PlayStation tournaments Masters circuit. What does it look like for them? Will we see any of them kind of take a back seat in some of these early games? And why? You know, it's something that can really, really very much happen, girl.
Yeah, because a lot of these teams have relied on getting a lot of kills from other qualifiers. So they were relying on themselves to be extra aggressive and to be able to finish fights. But since now we're in the grand finals, people are playing a lot slower. People aren't comfortable with, you know, so much being on the line, right? They're scared. They got the tournament jitters. They're hustling down inside of buildings, and they're just trying not to die. And if everyone's on that same page, then third parties are going to come a lot. So you got to be wary of that. If you can't finish a fight quick, you got to think to yourself, all right, do I just leave it? Do I just go end zone? What do I do? You cannot take a 30-second poke battle and expect not to get third partied if there's still 17 squads left.
You know, it reminds me of this story that I remember reading in a book, and it's a great metaphor for life, where a general walked onto shore. They were in war. They sieged this beach, and they had their ships pull up to the beach. The enemy was waiting for them at the top, and they got off the ships. And all of a sudden, the general, the first thing that he did was he turned around and he put oil on all of their ships, their retreat opportunities. And he took a flame and he burned their ships right there on the sand, on the beach. Now the enemy's still waiting, arrows ready to fly up on top. He looked at the soldier. He said, well, now there's no chance to retreat, so we better win. And that's that idea of burning your ships when it comes to playing competitively. A lot of times, teams have too many choices, and they get caught up between, well, we could do this, we could do that, and it ends up not committing to either choice. And the key to winning and being competitively valuable, I think, is committing to what your plan is and doing it 100%. You never know if it's going to work out. I mean, no one goes out on a basketball court, a soccer field, you know, a football field, and a bowling alley and knows what's going to happen. But you have to commit to what your strategy is and do the best that you can. And I think that's what we're seeing some teams. My wish for these teams, trust yourself, trust the process, trust what you've worked on, and go for it, because you really only have this one chance to make it work.
Honestly, I love that story. There is kind of a similar saying in Apex where it's like, whether your IGL makes a good call or bad call doesn't matter as long as you do it together and you full on commit. So it kind of reminded me that people actually go by those kind of communications in games, like whether or not you agree, you're going in, and kind of like you can't go back to that ship, right? You can't go rat. You can't escape and play for replacement. You got to commit to this 3v3 because it's always winnable. It really is. Even we've seen a lot of 2v3 clutches. We've seen 1v3 clutches in this series, and that could potentially happen again. And earlier in my Apex Legends days, I would be on a zip line and I would jump off. That's like going back to my ship. And my team would be like, no, you needed to commit there. You needed to take some damage or make some space because this is the only way we could win. So you got to full on commit. Like you said, I really like that story because, like I said, a lot of people use that in Apex.
Yeah, and it's a big part of life too, I think, you know, trusting yourself and knowing that, you know, when you fully commit, the thing is most people think that there's failure on the other side of it. But at the end of the day, that failure is only what you make it. It could be the biggest lesson that leads you towards the feedback you need to succeed in the way that you really want to. And you may get there, you might realize that, you know, you beat the army at the top of the hill, and then you look down and the city they were defending was like a dump. It's like, you know, it's messed up, it's trashy. It's like, wow, I don't actually want this city anymore. But now I found out because I committed and I went towards it. And I think that's the thing about the funny part of committing. You know, we were talking earlier, I'm off caffeine for the last 6-7 days. So it would be much harder if I was like, will I have caffeine or not? And I'm just staring at a cup of coffee for 8 hours in a row all day. Since I've decided I'm not having it, it's a lot easier. And I think these players need to commit, whether it's bringing out the Mad Maggies early, whether it's going into the defensive lineups, the Caustics, the Gibraltars, the Valkyries. I'm surprised we haven't seen something like that. Or whether it's what Amesis Euro we're bringing with the Wraith, the Bloodhound, and the Gibraltar, like Season 5, Season 6 meta is coming forward again. It's their chance to put their mark on what PlayStation tournaments and this Masters circuit has given as a blank slate of an opportunity. And so far, 18 teams, I believe, have made it to this place. One team will have the final say, and we're going to get to see them right now. And I'm excited for it.
Got a Lova. You see that on the Ultimate Lovers trio. A lot of Sears, which is kind of what I expected. More Caustics than earlier today, maybe. What else do we got? Bangalore, Horizon, Valk. Few Bangalores. We've got your Plug's Plug on it. One Wraith on Identity at least, and one Pathfinder I saw at least. So it's a good variety here.
Yeah, I would say Loba, Bang, Crypto. That's that kind of lineup that Ultimate Lovers Trio runs. That's just, oh, we're landing on it right here. That's just so interesting and so unique. And we saw a couple of tweaks to Loba and her Burglar's Best Friend. That is the translocating bracelet that Loba brings to the table. And we've seen some like bug fixes and attempts to make that a little bit more of a clearer expression of what it's meant to do. Obviously, nothing's perfect in a video game, and she has had some issues with that being as reliable as players would like at the highest of levels. But still, so much utility in an in-game. Just a really, the word that comes to mind is unusual combination of three legends, but it works for them.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to go with the same strategy they normally do. Now, I think in the last qualifier, it didn't work out well for them. It was a lot of a tighter lobby from what I saw, and every time they fought, they got third-partied or something along the lines of that. So definitely interesting to see their playstyle. Fake Preds, they got a free lightning rod. That's what they like. And High Point Thunderwatch also free. What do we see here? No one in Barometer. Couple teams Launchpad. Fish Farms is also free. Couple teams down Beast. Potential 50-50 there. Not bad for the beginning. Northern End Zone. So the wall teams are going to have a good rotation. Fake Preds also going to have a good rotation. Curiosity. Oh, so they're looting Jurassic Park, I believe. Yeah, no deaths quite yet. Not too many. Not too much fighting going on.
Well, seems like it's going to be very simple to start out. Command center, the wall.
Thank you.
Cascade Falls, where this circle will be resolving. Yeah, but it's always fun when you get to take a drive. And near, this is Mill, correct?
Yep, this is Mill.
So it reminds me of a tiki hut, you know, or something like out of a Survivor TV show that they might build on an island, just using any of the rafts or the reeds that they can find. But Mill it is. I guess it's because of that giant windmill up top. But yeah, I prefer to look at the hut. That's where most of the fighting takes place anyways. We find the Ultimate Lovers trio circumventing the mill and going around to find some more ammo. And boy, do they work quickly. I think one of the things too about the Loba, we talked about the end-game potential, but the early mid-game potential. Just things like swapping out that alternator that Inican and D-Pro left with for an R301 or an R99. Those are significant changes, especially when you are as mobile as they are and not spending too much time looting and focusing on fighting. That really helps you to set yourself up for success. One big 70 from D-Pro as the Sentinel begins the fight.
Now, are they a duo here, or are they a trio? Oh, they're a trio here. Okay, they're all three together. That's good to see. The other team actually has a Watson, but I'm not quite sure if they got their generator up just yet. It's pretty early on in the tournament. Oh,
Rampart.
Watson Rampart. That's going to be extremely hard to push through, but maybe if they can get that roof. Oh no, Titan Scream already going down, but Packers taking him out.
Titan Scream is the first to go down for this team. That is just what happens. Wish I could say anything else, but that is not the case. Titan Scream is often down, and it is D-Pro and Inican who find their way with these tridents to get out and maneuver. As you can see right there, they're doing it again. D-Pro very low. Him and Anycon maybe just trying to hold this ridge. It is very possible, but I'm not sure that they have exactly the area that they want. They play these rocks, they play these head glitches, and they're very good at hitting their shots to deter any type of pressure. But you wonder what would happen if Titan Scream stayed up.
Yeah, they were doing effective damage, but it is hard, like we talked about, to push a Watson Rampart building. They would have had to get the roof, get good angles from the roof. They're on in. But they do have banner recovered. Titan Scream is going to get back in, most likely. And you see that they're not scared ever.
Oh, nice.
They're never scared.
Ooh.
Pro, oh no. They're running out of meds as well. I think Anakin ran out of shield cells. They did have crafting here, but if they get pushed while crafting, then they lost a lot of time. If Cenote Cave pulls up, it's not going to look very good for them. So we'll see if they can get this recovery.
Want to look at the status here. So that amp barrier, interesting dynamics between Rampart and her abilities. During deployment, that amped cover has about 120 health. So 2 shots during deployment from either Titan Scream, D-Pro, or Anycan's Titan Scream is back up will take that out. But once it has full health, that base has 400 health. The top part, which you saw Anycan hitting very often with the Sentinel, has 175 health. So it's really not a great trade to ultimately shoot a bunch of Sentinel shots, which take a long time to reload, because you look at 70, you get to 140, you got to take 3 shots for that cover to come up, and it's a pretty simple impact for Rampart to just throw up another amped cover after the time it's taken to shoot 3 Sentinel shots has gone by. Plus, she still has the low part to crouch under. So I think this is a tough choice. I think they were ambitious for it, but luckily they make it out alive, and that's the benefit of leaving somebody like Anakin on the crypto in the rear. They can use that drone to get that banner very easily.
Yeah, and he never has to worry about getting pushed because he has the trident right next to him, so he can always make that great escape.
Got a live one out there.
G59 on the high ground, playing Caustic, Bangle, or Gibby. So they don't have much rotation ability. They don't have the Valkyrie, they don't have a Wraith for portals, Ashe as well. But they do have the Smoke for cover, Dome for recovery, and Caustic for that lockdown. Taking a look at the team below them, but they're not going to be able to close that gap if they do end up fighting. Looks like experiencing a little bit of a slow start.
Just say it. Just go ahead and say it. It's a slow start. It's a slow start. As long if Anycan and D-Pro weren't doing their crazy shenanigans, we would be looking at nothing right now. That's okay, because it's game 1. I mean, you expect that to happen with these players. But as a viewer, patience is the key. All good things come to those who wait.
Let us move here.
And that has certainly been the game so far. The waiting game, round 1. Notably, 16 squads left. That means 2 squads have gone down. This is an 18 squad lobby. Not quite full. They've had to play some grueling games to get here. That is for sure. And looking at these teams too, yes, you get 150 just for participating, even if you make 20th. It's a very difficult lobby. So for whatever reason, our other 2 teams could not make it today, whether it was work or whether it was just didn't feel like they were going to get the job done. It's a respectable choice. Curiosity here, and Dr. Magic has a 2 on CPT.
Oh.
Missing Logan. Maybe he'll join him for game 3. Game 2.
They took down D-Pro already, and I'm not quite sure if it's a 2v2 right now or a 2v1. I don't know if it's just Anakin or if they got the revive already, but they're hitting their shots. That's what we can say about CPT. Very good squad. Maybe they can get their 3rd in for the next one, but for right now, Dr. Magic doing his magical damage. They're gonna get that thirst. They're gonna go on forward. 32 damage.
Oh, no.
50 flesh. I think they can pull this off. Get those shots from the far range. Oh my goodness, they get Titan Scream. Yep, they have gotten him, and that's 2 down. And he can still alive, so Titans. Oh, out of heavy ammo already. We got to get the thirst with the bow. But Anakin, the Crypto, stays alive. CPT, the duo, giving them a hard time.
Really impressed that CPT as a duo took out the entirety of almost Ultimate Lovers Trio. That's an impressive performance. Some really good shots from Curiosity. The flatline wasn't missing much. And that's on the iron sights as well. Watch out. If that man had it 2 times, would have been even more deadly. So yet again, we see Titan Scream, and now D-Pro down. You will start to hear that Crypto drone. You see it right there? Yep, they're hearing it. It's going to pick up a banner, or it's going to try to. We'll see if it gets allowed. Following on Tuahihado. I think this is Rollers. MX. Might have been our winners of last week's North America. And Srubs fighting in the inside of this building. Imokusai, Tuahihado on the outside. Crown just holding the staircase. Nice place to play, too. You don't want to make it any easy for anybody to push you, but you don't want to overextend so that you peak that humongous Gibraltar body and get finished off and downed.
Interesting to see a lifeline being played in the grand finals. I know we definitely seen that with Fnatic and ALGS. It's nice to see it again here. They actually have a incredible building. It'll probably end here or to the building across from them. Maybe the high ground building. Not 100% sure, but I really feel like it's going to the wall. They don't have any lockdown legends. That's a tough part. If it does end here, people will be flying in on them, but they do have the lifeline, so if they do get in fights, they could get those revives quite fast. So Vibes carries what they're trying to do right now is try and get themselves up to a purple armor with this charge rifle. I'd like to do that before the end game, because if everyone's fighting on the edge, they get red armors, they fly in, they take a 3v3. If Vibes still has blue, that's a lot of HP difference between the 2 teams. So
oh, yeah.
We got time, though. We got plenty of time to get that up. And MX Rollers, they're going to be okay settling in their building as well. Packers, oh, that's the Rampart Watson team. Right? Yeah. Oh, Rampart Watson Crypto. I didn't realize Outsiders had a Crypto.
Oh, wow.
This is nice. Do a good amount of damage. Is the damage only to level up the Evo shield? I think so, yeah. They just want to be a little nuisance to everyone else, but this could be risky. Risky Dinosaur Venom, come on, you got the battery. You can heal this through Identity Shadow. Are getting pressured by Outsider's teammates, so it's going to be okay, but these shield batteries were for naught. They're going to be both used.
Nothing. Yeah,
unfortunate.
Very, very.
Oh, well, that's a regen here. They're gonna regen here, so he actually will end up being able to
at
save
least one extra shield battery. There you go. And the benefits of Watson too, just that passive regen. One of the things that makes a system like this, if they really do try to employ it, where they're a poking team. Get your charge rifles, get your sentinels, fight, and guess what? Those Rampart shields, that Watson generator is going to mean that their shots do so much less value than yours. Your shots not only get damage, you're able to easily avoid and trade back. And when you do get hit, you can salvage up off the interception pylon, shielding that the enemy team is going to have to use their resources to replenish to match you. So all good things if they can play the way they want to play. But looks like a lot of teams are going to have to move right now. Dinosaur Venom and our squad, who is running this Rampart, Outsiders, actually in a great spot.
Yeah, they're going to be in for now, maybe in for a little while there. CPT is still alive as a duo. They're on the edge of zone. A lot of teams on the southern end. Alliance of Torment.
You can scan this area.
AOT on the edge of zone getting pressured. This could be a secluded fight. I'm not 100% sure. So they're actually, nope, there's third. Yeah, it is a secluded fight, I think. So, yeah, so they'll be okay. Not sure if they actually will end up getting pushed, though. Doesn't seem like the other team wants to fully commit here. It is hard to fully commit on a Caustic, and that's the great thing about playing Caustic is it scares people off. You have your ultimate ready. You didn't waste it quite yet, and people aren't willing to commit on that because normally a Caustic team can at least take 1 or 2 down.
It's almost like let's commit to each other's eventual ruin, even if we beat you right away, which is why people say it's not worth it, because it's like you got to go through the Caustic gas. You probably have to deal with the ultimate. They're going to be able to take 1 or 2 of your members down. By the time you're done, you might still be dealing with gas that's lingering, trying to shield swap, but if another team pushes you full health, you're not going to be able to win that fight most of the time. And so it's just not, it's not a promising thing to try to take over. It's like, you know, buying an infected house and trying to resell it immediately on the market in just 10 days. It's like, you know, we're going to need time to fumigate this thing. We're going to have to, you know, get rid of the flooring where the infection was happening. We're going to have to do the mold downstairs in the basement. This is going to be a year project. Let's just buy something that will take a month, but we know it's not going to be that much trouble before we put it back up.
Mac just locked himself out of that building for the time being, but look, take a look at this, a 3v3 happening. Your Close Plug doing some good work there. Lily Tay, an infamous sniper. All right, I think Lily Tay must be a new pickup. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't remember
them
Lily
in the
Tay.
other qualifiers, but
I remember a name like Lily Tay.
yeah, I feel like I would too.
Rolls off the tongue. It's fun to say. It's fun to say Lily Tay.
Yeah, and it rhymes too.
It rhymes too.
Oh,
Never forget
okay,
the
this
rhyme.
zone is doing way too much damage. We might see another zone death here. Orcs doing their best to run.
Bad
Do not
call,
take that. No,
bad
no, no, no,
call.
no. Keep running.
Bad
We should have
call.
kept running. They could have
Coulda
outran
ran
it.
You
Yeah.
coulda ran it.
Oh, but take a look at this.
Yeah, so you just bring them forward. So this is what we were trying to be curious
Yeah.
about. So yeah, if you stay locked and you do not separate, you will just get taken with the Valkyrie.
Not a great landing spot though. Orcs kind of in the middle of it. Almost everybody around here. Kev, 1 HP. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Kev goes down in 12th place. Fake Preds, take a look at this. They're not in the zone building, but they're on the edge of the zone, kind of gatekeeping other squads from coming here. It's route, taking the high ground. You always see Fake Preds going for end zone. They're doing some gatekeeping though. You got a squad right under them as well.
And they are not in that end zone.
No.
And neither is Dinosaur Venom, who is set up like a fortress.
I reckon we should head here.
Barely.
Yeah, like the Iron Fortress. They're going to have to move that thing. It's going to be a pain for all the workers who need to contribute the manpower needed for that one. But hopefully they can get the job done, finish construction on time. But you can see up in that northern side, firing 30-30 shots, 3 meter, already in the spot that they would most likely want to hang. So where do you really play? Where do you set up? It might be aggression time for now.
So D-Pro actually ended up getting recovered because I saw D-Pro just go down there in the kill feed. And
so where's the rest? Oh, there's
Anakin. Yep, I think that is the rest.
He's
Anakin.
brought the trident inside. Oh my goodness.
For cover. This is great. Oh,
Just
no.
brilliant play.
The scans, they're coming in. The wall is working its magic though. ADMP, this is a risk. If Anakin beams you, it's going to be hard to get back to your team.
Totally.
Do you want to risk this? Oh, and your team is getting landed on.
Oh.
You are going to have to go back to your team, and Anakin will live for a few more seconds.
Maybe a few more placements. It's certainly looking treacherous as outsiders have a chance to push in. They're hugging that circle as far as they can. But they're going to have to rotate in with it. And they're on the back side of your screen right now, though. This is the team that is in the God spot position. They're getting pushed. ADMP got a little aggressive. Was he able to turn it around? They're getting pushed by Fake Preds, who were the ones who landed. Oh, or did they land on the outside? No, I think you've seen Fake Preds come in a really pretty position. They're going to just have advantage over the entire lobby here. Already 5 kills. Nice place position. Gold shield and a level 5 now, so they are pretty kitted. And the Hemlock with the gold magazine. That's nice.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they have anyone on their backs. Not a far rotation to go. They just have to go to the exact building that they're staring at. And if they could beam one, get a 3-2-1 going on here. 60 flesh. Can we do it? Can we get a knock? There's 2 players that are 50 HP or less. I think with this gravity lift that they will be able to secure something. They have the nades. They don't want to commit just quite yet, I don't believe. Going for the shield battery, but that was risky by route to do so. They still have 30 seconds and they have another gravity lift in 13. So I think they will be able to do something. Daniel spams his ultimate as well. They're gonna have to full commit on this next one, at least on the roof or to the side of the building.
Let's scan this. Never mind.
Fake Preds though. I like their spot.
They gotta move.
They gotta move, but I like the position that they've got to be able to do this. No eyes on them right now. A few errant bullets, but notice everyone's paying a lot more attention to what's happening in front of them. So Fake Preds might be able to go behind someone as they're preoccupied. That's what I would hope for if I was Fake Preds. Right now, it's Route and Woko decide, let's go low ground, but they're gonna run into the Iron Fortress, as we like to call it. Packers and Dinosaur Venom. They may be set up, but I think they might have lost the Watson there. Daniel spams, gets low, and Packers already dying. Die Nasty doing a lot of the work there, and Fake Preds, just because of the help of a few friends and soon-to-be enemies, might have actually secured this tunnel area. They're going to push in on the Packers. They should finish this one off, and they will, and it's just Dinosaur Venom. But they've actually left a couple of remnants of defense there, so they'll be fine with that.
This is a great position if they can hold on to it. They have so much cover. They have the rampart walls to utilize as well.
Yeah.
Death box in sight, and oh no, they're getting angled out. That is damage. Wako has to play life. Where are they getting shot from? Both positions, both sides. Thread has to kind of do something for his team, keep them alive. They're getting pushed by, I believe, 4 people. Ferks going down, getting a knock. Could get the revive on top of this bridge, but take a look at that. Ferks is on the high ground of the building with Lovitz and Mac. They could have taken them down earlier. They didn't decide to commit. Dinosaur Venom coming in from behind. He's trying to go for the grief. He's trying to go for the kills and the extra placement. He's getting shot, and Vibes Carries takes him down with the last headshot. Vibes Carries also solo. Getting caught out as well. Getting scanned, but not pushed just yet.
And that must be Fake Preds out of there. I think Fake Preds did get taken off. I'm pretty sure their player landed and was downed as well. 2 solos doing a lot. Lifeline making it into top 5. Titaness, Ferks, Mac, Lovitz find themselves with the caustic barrels to play around, but there's some wide open spaces here, and they are on the low ground. Vibes Carries might be in the spot that they want to play from. Kind of walk into this. Or do they want to get aggressive? Infamous Sniper lands behind them, and they sniff this out. They know someone is there. Lovitz trades about equally, 100 damage to each. Both lose almost the entirety of the shield. No crack quite yet. But I think Curiosity and Dr. Magic are in a really good position.
The deadly duo!
Yeah, they're in a great position.
Oh, well, Titans lost 1, and they were a full 3. They couldn't get the finish on Vibes Carries. Now take a look at this. RIB taking angles on our deadly duo. They might end up going out in 5th place. 4 squads remaining. Dr. Magic was downed. RIB taking angles. Who's going to be shooting him? Infamous Sniper, there we go. Infamous Sniper down at 1 HP. ADMP, not going to do it off. Curiosity and Dr. Magic are going to go down. This is a 3v3 situation.
Oh, yeah.
Black hole going in. Shots are coming through. R301, can they do it? RIB finishing this off. The first champion of our NA Grand Finals for the Apex Legends Masters circuit for PlayStation. Here we go. We've had our first winner.
ADMP, Pre-Meter, and Die Nasty have done it in Game 1, they're off to the races here. And for good measure, Horizon, Seer, Bangalore, looking great.
We haven't seen them too much.
We haven't.
Until the very end. They came in, they cleaned up everyone. They just came out of nowhere like a bang.
Like a bang out of nowhere. You look, bang! Whoa, what was that? What's going on over here? Out of nowhere. I had no idea that was occurring. That's what Rib did to us. You know, I would say that it would be surprising, but it's not. This is the best of the best. We haven't talked a lot about Rib. You can win one game in a tournament like this. Can you win two? I'm not going to worry about that just yet because it was a great game 1. It was a circle we don't always see, but I did enjoy it, and there was a lot of complicated elements that they had to battle through here in game 1.
Yeah, wall endings are fun. I feel like there's enough buildings to play around. There's enough low grounds and sections to be able to utilize. We had a lot of legends and compositions going through that, so it was really hard to keep up with everything. There was cryptos, there was rampart walls, there were caustics, there's everything. And I feel like CPT did a great job. As a duo, they were able to get kills, make it into, I think, top 5, if I'm
definitely
correct.
Top 5.
Yeah, definitely top 5, so great for them. Hopefully they can get their 3rd in here in the next game because they're not far behind anyone.
No, if Logan can come in, it's going to be a whole different ball game, and this is a great start as well. You got to feel confident if you're a 2 and you're turning into a 3.
Yep.
Sometimes that dynamic does shift, though, but I don't think it'll happen with CPT.
No, absolutely not. They're a deadly squad to play against. This was a hard angle for a lot of teams to play at this bridge, just ending up a destructive field. Dinosaur going down, Rib coming out of nowhere. Top 4. Ooh, the tracking was so good. He didn't even have to get that kill. I think his teammate did it for him. Meter. Doing a lot of work here. Hard to see when you're inside of that Horizon ultimate. Hard to kind of maneuver there. But they ended up winning that one out, Titans. So it was actually Titans that ended up getting 2nd place.
Yeah, and I mean, look at this performance right here. 12-kill game. It's a 24-point bomb, which is nice to see. Actually, that's 12. And just really, really nice to see. From a starting point, you can't really ask for much more. It's over 1,600 damage, each one of these players. Didn't have to revive, didn't have to do anything of the wacky nature we saw Inican and that squad do with Ultimate Lovers Trio, and they got the win. Easily the best position in wall. They took it, they played it well, and I love these Horizon Ultimates at the end of these games. They just make things so simple. That Arcstar follow-up, I mean, I've not seen it lose.
No, it's just too hard to fight against. If you don't have that Watson gen prepared in the end, there's not much that can counter Horizon. I know a lot of pro players say Rampart counters Horizon because if she queues right in front of you, you could maybe beam her while she's going off. But other than that, about her ultimate, few Arcstars pair with that, it's just hard to counter. We were actually talking about this on my stream the other day, where it would be cool to have a legend in Apex that could actually throw nades back. A viewer of mine, Webby Draw's friend, he mentioned that, and I thought that was a neat idea.
Oh, to like pick up the nades and throw them back.
And throw them back, yeah.
That's
actually
a
the only way to
idea.
counter grenades. I mean, I feel like there's not many ways.
It'd be nice if it was like a, like a blowback, you know, kind of like a shockwave that could, like, any ordinances or things that have been thrown your way, you can kind of just poof, and then it'll go like back a big distance where it came from in that direction, maybe 20 feet or something. You know, instead of picking it up and throwing it again, that timing seems like it could be tough. But I love that idea too. I think that's really fun. Cool idea for maybe a future legend.
I am looking forward to it. The Apex developers, if you're watching the Master Circuit, you best be writing down. No, I'm just kidding. You do whatever you feel like, whatever's best and healthiest for the competitive community and our day-to-day players as well. Whatever makes Apex fun, we're here to enjoy it.
I've never seen someone lie with such a straight face before.
What? No, I don't mind. I'm an easy, go with the flow type of person. Besides the fact that I want Pathfinder to have an amazing passive and a smaller hitbox.
That's it.
That's all I want.
Amazing acting by girl. It's great to see that she's got the chops for that. She's got a backup plan if casting doesn't work out, but clearly casting is working out because she's been on every one of these shows and been killing it. We've got, of course, Game 2 coming up after this. There's no break. We're just talking. We're hanging. This is what I love about the Masters Circuit. We get to keep the flow of these games and talk a little bit. I feel like you're about to laugh, and so am I.
We love laughing here.
We love laughing.
we love laughing.
We have a good time.
Laughing is life. Life is laughing. Laughing
It wakes
is
you
love.
up.
Yeah.
Keeps you going.
It's great. We should all laugh together every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
In fact, girl, you know what? I gotta say, did you take a little inspiration from this Apex thing right there? Because I notice you have that in your background now.
To be honest, my brother was here earlier today, and he's like, "You need something in your background." And he's like, "You should use that." I'm like, "That Apex box is so old school. It's been around for years
That's true.
now."
That's true.
And he's
That's
like,
true.
"No, it's so nice. It's really awesome that Apex ended up sending us them. They're amazing." I actually
You know what?
do a little boxing with the boxing gloves. Did you know that I won a boxing tournament before?
No.
The Lulu Lovely. Her second tournament, there was a boxing tournament in Olympus, and I ended up winning that. It was incredible.
In person?
$3,000?
You
No,
boxed.
not in person. Do you think I have the
Well, what kind of boxing tournament? This is
in Olympus in the boxing ring?
Oh, in the boxing ring. Okay. I didn't know that. Congrats, girl. That's fun. You're winning all kinds of tournaments that I have no idea you're even participating in, which is great. But speaking of Apex, I want to bring out this that I got, which is one of the coolest things. I've actually used this here.
I love that. It's heavy though.
It
My
is
weak
heavy.
arms can't carry that.
It's real leather.
Okay.
Let me just show you what I love about this. I took this to the gym.
What's your name? Does it show your name?
Yeah, look right here.
Rain Day Gaming on YouTube, everyone.
Let's go. We got to full screen that. Rain Day right there. And I'm telling you, man, you take this in. You got the little ID card in case you're going traveling. You got the Celebrate. I think, what is that? Was that a Devotion up on top? R301.
And an R301, yeah.
Yeah, man. The 3rd-year anniversary bag. This is full leather. It smells like, seriously, from a leather market, like if you were in Italy or something. Unbelievable. So, such cool stuff. I mean, we like to keep track of it. And a big shout out to Apex and the developers and the community team and everybody who allows us to do all this stuff. It's great. We love showing off the goodies.
Oh, we do. Did you also get the Mirage, kind of the scent things for your car? The birthday cake Mirage scents? Yeah, those were pretty cool, too.
I don't think I did. Were they in that box?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yeah, then I got them. I didn't know what I don't think I knew what they were, though.
You probably didn't know. They're for your car.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I do have you know what people have been loving, and I try to shop this out, too. Oh, the merchandise.
Oh, I have that.
All right, here we go.
Shout out to Spear on Twitter.
Shout out to Spear. You see that Nessie in the background? This is maybe the coolest hoodie.
And coziest.
And the
Very
coziest
cozy.
hoodie. There's something about this quality that is not like a normal hoodie. You know what I'm saying, right, girl?
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's so warm. It's so soft on the inside as well.
I wore this the other day on broadcast. People were like, where do I get it? It is a collaboration with Spear and Apex. And actually, all right, I'm going to do a little shout out here. You go to raindaystore.com. I did a merch collab with Spear. That's why I know this guy. I love this guy. He actually did it all for free. Spent over 8 months working with me on it. So it tells you the quality of dude that this dude is. But I like to shout him out whenever I can. I'm constantly paying it forward. But, yes, let's do it, guys. We had a nice little break. Showed off some merch. Got you excited about Apex. And now we're back.
Honestly,
Share the merch.
Apex community have been one of the best communities I've ever been a part of. I'm glad to be here with you, Rain Day. You've been making an amazing community as well. Spear, shout out to him, and everybody that contributes to this community. The broadcast team, the observers, the production, all of the companies, like amazing companies like PlayStation, being a part of this just amazing Apex community. So I'm truly happy to be here and a part of it.
Yeah, honestly, it is a great experience. And it's one of those things that when you look at the community we're building here on PlayStation Tournaments too, and the players loading in, we're getting familiar with these names. It's, you know, imagine next season, right? You start seeing these names again. You just look at it down the line. That's where you have to have in terms of esports and communities and grassroots, things like that. What if this is 5 years and it kept growing? Incredible to see some of the futures that would be changed, the careers that would be spawned, and you know, the impacts we'd be having. So exciting stuff. It's always good to bring a little bit of the reality of what's happening here in life to the game, because it's so much bigger than that. And if you ever have a problem talking to your parents, you know, about what is gaming, what is all this stuff, helps to show them some real world stuff too as well, versus just what Bangalore's, you know, tactical does, because that sometimes confuses them.
Yeah, it is hard for some people to get into the gaming and to understand what's going on, but with step-by-step guides, you know, day to day, it's actually really nice to see parents try and get into what their, you know, kids are getting into.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
watching the game and learning and being able to support them in that aspect. It's incredible, and things are getting better, for sure.
Certainly getting better. And that is all you can ask for. Excited for game 2. We saw a wonderful performance in game 1. And we will see if it can continue.
Evo shield here, level 2.
Right now we're landing with Srubs, Toasty Ninja, Crowned, and Carries. Just in the middle of a potential 50-50 here. The Hemlock is a great weapon for that. A lot of early damage. One big burst on a 150 health pool with just a white shield. That would be deadly. And I like the R99. Trading it out for the alternator, which early game sometimes, girl, I actually don't like doing. Just because that alternator sometimes gives you some wiggle room to miss that clip. It lets you like marinate your ammo a little bit more. Comes out a little slower, hits a little harder. Obviously, if you're trusting your aim, though, R99 is the way to go.
Especially when you don't have a light mag for it in the beginning. Like, right? So the R9 just, it shoots too fast for you early game, and you don't have that much ammo early game as well. You might run out really fast. So, yeah, I agree with you there. The alternator over the R9 sometimes better. Just off of drop, off of spawn fights. We saw 3 teams land here in a wall, so it's good to see that everyone's playing their life. Not too much win on here, and we're gonna have to look for more loot. Double white and a blue, not the best, but very good guns. Now, these are some of the most popular weapons to be played in any tournament or even in ranked or pubs. Flatline, R301, just very consistent guns. You're able to miss a few shots and still get a knock. We saw that 1v2 thing happening earlier with the hipfire flatline. Didn't take a single drop of damage. 3x here, very nice to see. Titan Scream. So the Ultimate Lovers Trio, they had a rough start.
Rough start.
Yeah, rough start last game. They have great loot. They just didn't have many meds, and Titan Scream ended up going down first. So we do have to, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No. Okay. D-Pro forgot to pick up the blue armor.
Okay. All right, that was it. I should have gone ahead. But no, really, the incredible thing about that Lobo Ultimate, getting all that ammo, every bit of ammo that you can. You don't have any limit to that. So I was kind of surprised that they were close to running out of some resources, some ammo, when they were in that fight. I think maybe their pacing's just slightly off. You know, got to get that Lobo Ultimate down maybe once or twice, get into 2 different positions, kind of semi-loot 2 areas, get seriously 300 ammo on each weapon for each player. Then you should be fine. Then that Trident playstyle works because you can be a bit nomadic. You don't have to have a zone that you're playing around. If you have that moving cover and you already have the resources you need, and you can scrap with the Lobo Ultimate every minute and a half.
Yeah, I agree. I think they were a little bit quick on their feet last game. They do loot a no-name area, and then they try and fight Mill. So And they didn't end up fighting Mill, and they tried to fight another no-name area, and they were slowly running out of meds in that situation. So I do agree with you, taking it slow, taking it easy, making sure you're fully kitted before you get into that first fight. Works. Synchronization. Okay. We're not fully healed. The upper door is going to open soon, so you can see how they're hiding behind these bins. Want to play it safe. Now there's a few ways you could go about this. You could run right outside the door as it opens. We should see Jeff heal though. I don't see why we're not healing quite yet.
Maybe just afraid it'll be heard. Now the door is going to go open and they will get out of there. Didn't want to take a fight anyways.
No.
2 whites and a purple. That's not successful. It may seem like, you know, oh, it kind of evens out, you know, because I give one of my purples to one of my teammates and then one of them doesn't. But really the idea is that the value on 3 teammates, just the fact that you've got to keep track and focus enough energy to get 150 or 175 on each of them instead of the 150. It is a very, very big deal. It's a huge difference doing it on 3 people versus taking down 2 people with whites and then worrying about having an advantage, taking down 1 player with 1 purple shield. And it was kind of a nice idea. Rib, our winners of game 1, here in a potential similar situation where they're going to try to third-party this. Oh, and the third-party indeed. This is why they say high risk, high reward. They're not even looking for that Watson. They want to catch the player who's leaving. And that was actually a really good example of why I kind of like that alternator. Not forever, but just this mid-game. Missed a lot of shots. Still was able to land a few chunky ones that really did help clean them off. And they've got 1 more that they're chasing. Might have slipped away. A seer should be able to find this information out pretty well, though. Having some
Struggling
difficulty.
a little bit, yeah, having some difficulty in the... Oh, they found him. All right, we spoke a little too soon. Rib finding the last player.
No rats.
Oh, no, that was just the one that went down earlier. Okay, so that's actually not the 3rd player. They're still gonna stay alive. And I'm wondering if it was Dynasty Gravity Lift that pushed them out instead of allowing them to take that cannon. I wonder if that was all planned. It looked like it. It looked like that Watson was not ready to take the gravity lift because they absolutely got beamed going through it. Oh, we got our shield leveled up right off of that dragon.
That counts?
Yeah, that counts. So spiders count as well and prowlers count as well. It doesn't...
Wow.
That's why you see some teams play edge, do spiders, do prowlers, take their time. Because not only does it give you attachments, shields, but it also levels up your Evo shield. So if you're 134 off, take a look into the sky. See what you can shoot.
That's awesome. That is actually very awesome. I did not know that.
You learn something new every day.
Well, you know, I try to stay away from spiders in my life, so I think that's kind of why.
Wait, do you have arachnophobia?
What is a disgust of spiders? You don't want to touch
probably
it.
not arachnophobia. Probably just
I don't like
human nature.
It's human nature, I think. I think there was a war as humans and snakes and spiders were kind of developing back when everyone was very primitive, and it was like who's gonna win, like snakes, spiders, or humans? And eventually we kind of figured out, all right, here's how we kind of stay away from snakes, here's how we stay away from spiders, and snakes and spiders were like, dang, we're kind of gonna stay the same now. Humans are evolving, and you know, at the end of the day, that's okay. I appreciate that. I don't need the contact. I know that they were trying to take my spot. We could have had a planet full of, you know, evolved spiders ruling the world right now. And luckily, we just have to deal with them on Storm Point. So I'm okay keeping my distance. If you want to own a tarantula, I also support you in your decision. I just won't be visiting your house ever.
So when's our next trip to Australia?
And that's actually why I'm going to have to be very careful if I ever get invited to Australia. I'm going to have to think about it. I really am going to have to think about it.
Well, Dark Zero ended up winning championships. Who knows?
Right.
We might have a LAN event all the way out there someday.
And playoffs.
Yeah, and you're going to be casting it. next time around, 100%.
Yeah, well, I'm excited, but hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's someplace where the wildlife isn't such an important factor in survival. Let's put it that way. I'm not trying to survive. These players are. That's why I'm on the mic right now. They're in the Battle Royale. So I like to keep that separate. Alliance of Tor, though, trying to keep their hopes alive. Having lost Moya, Random and Owner, currently sitting atop the hill behind the gravity cannon. And they've got this area scoped out from the west all the way to the northeast. Still sitting on edge, not needing to move quite yet, but are they going to be able to get the banner? I think they're going to have to let that one go, unfortunately.
Let's go this way.
This is going to be a tough end zone. Take a look at that circle. Take a look at your map. It's going to end towards the northern circular building, or how I like to call it, Dragon Ball. Dinosaur trying to survive, making his way into the zone. It's a quick and fast way to die. Oh, this is a nice spot if they could just stay alive. Yep, they do have generator too. They're getting chased actually. Oh no, they're getting EMP'd as well. This is going to be rough for them. Can they take a place inside of this building? They're going to jump right in. I don't know if they're all going to be able to survive here. PK outside. Dinosaur is getting pushed. I don't think they know he's right behind that door, but he can see them.
Oh my goodness gracious. Outsiders did so well in the first game. Are they going to be able to get this one off here? Our ultimate defensive squad. That Spitfire misses. This Arcstar, oh, no follow-up. Must have another urgent play. That's one of those things where you can use it to really force a player into a position and then take advantage of that movement that you've created with your Spitfire shots, but apparently wants to play a little bit more defensive. That is what that lineup is for. I do not blame them. D-Pro on the low ground with the Trident. Packer still down, but not out. Strike that. Packer's out now. The banner will recover.
Yep.
Such a big part of this crypto meta is getting those banners.
Two crypto teams are chasing each other, but there is a third party nearby, so they weren't able to full commit. We've got Sheila. That's the exciting part. I kind of want to see Sheila just absolutely demolish 3 people here. Can it happen? Crazy Cucumber, you're going to have to answer that one for me. Nobody's double kicking that door, though. Got the PK in hand in case D-Pro does end up deciding to come. Do they have a respawn beacon? That would have been really good. Oh, they're taking the Trident out of here. Oh, okay, Titan Scream, D-Pro, they take the building as they leave. Unfortunate timing. Oh, but take a look at this. They're going to be able to get a revive at the top of Barometer. I think it's coming out now.
Okay. Looking to get this beacon. It's going to be dangerous for sure. There are players already on it. I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to pull it off. Absolutely not. Dinosaur Venom's going to have to wait, or they're going to go. We're going to have to maybe move. They have time. That is the only thing that is kind of to their benefit. They do not have to do it yet. It's going to be a tricky one, though. D-Pro, Titan Scream, and Inican are fully alive. And they have been bouncing around on the outsides of this like we've known them to do. Outsiders. Packers, they somehow got back. What occurred? How did it happen? Packers now down, but the shield, I would believe, and this truck will give them a moment. Just a moment to be able to get revived. Crazy Cucumber doesn't want to play this wrong, though. Gonna have to take this damage, otherwise they're gonna lose Packers again. And you just hate to see it. That's an EMP, and that's an EMP out of spite right there.
That EMP, if it came earlier, if it came at the time Packers ended up, if it came out as Packers was getting revived, it would have saved Packers, but weren't able to do anything. Maybe Packers shouldn't have taken the long way around either. Maybe there was a shorter way to enter that building. Hard to say though.
How'd they get him back?
So there was a respawn beacon up here at the top of Barometer. They did it with the crypto drone.
But wasn't they? I thought they got that drone destroyed. I mean, it looked like they maybe.
No.
Okay.
He got the revive off. As you were kind of talking about it, I think the observers went on to someone else, or maybe the drone got destroyed, but they did get the revive off, and Packers would have to fall all the way up from there. So it was hard. It was a hard rotation for Packers ultimately. Natural Light is going to push off this, knowing it's a 3v2. B-Man playing Seer, using that ultimate. Oh, but Crazy's gone. Oh, 48 flesh. This could be it for Crazy. Crazy survives, though. B-Man still looking for angles. They might be able to take the bottom of that building. It's looking tough, though, as there is another team, infamous Sniper with the Arc Star taking Crazy Cucumber down. They didn't want to share that building with them. They didn't want to share anything with them. And the thing about this end zone is it's so hard for a lot of teams to play it. There's ultimately only one building in this entire zone coming. Yeah.
That eggshell building, is it in the middle of? Walk me through what this in-game kind of looks like.
Yeah, so that eggshell building is pretty much the only building in that next zone. Right now, there is one building in Jurassic Park and a couple in Antenna, but after the zone closes, pretty much nothing to play. ADT in the best position there is, and everyone else is going to have to fight on edge for those little to no spots available. Your Plug's Plug, they're gonna find a spot on the low ground. They can get beamed by B-Man and his team. It's not a safe area to play where your Plug's Plug is. Dinosaur Venom doing a good job ratting, but ultimately this is the team to watch. This is the team to do well. Oh, but
wow,
they're
it's just
a
duo.
Yeah, they're a duo, so a team could end up pushing them and taking their position in no time. And also, they don't have a Watson, they don't have a Caustic. They only have a Wraith and a Valkyrie, so it's going to be hard to fend off the enemies, but not many people will get close enough, like the Seers. They won't be able to get close enough to actually realize it's a duo, because it's so far away from everything else. CPT, though, they have a good position. Oh, CPT is in a good position. They're gatekeeping another team coming in from Antenna. Then they're going to play the backside of this fence area. And either the backside is in or inside the fence, there's a few rocks that they can play. It's definitely playable. It's just going to be tough.
CPT finally has a 3. Let's see what they're able to do. This is one of those interesting final circles that leaves so much open space. It becomes very much a free-for-all, but we've seen it be dominated by the likes of a Sniper, especially a Kraber. We've yet to see one of those in this lobby, but we've seen a ton of charge rifles and Sentinels. Could that be the difference maker? Lions and Thor doing really well as a duo, just warding them off, showing so much presence, and that's just that idea that if you have something that's applying damage and people know that they'll have to take a lot of damage when they move in towards that area, it's almost you extending your sphere of influence. And wow, talk about dynastied rib. Not going to repeat, but that was a big shot there for them.
Yeah, that was a nice one clip, unfortunately, though, going down there. And that's the way you want to play it if you're on Alliance of Torment. You want to have a big presence, but take a look at this. They're getting pushed from behind. Not sure if they're getting fully pushed. Random, pop in some shield cells. Oh, and there we go. CPT, the team we were talking about. Great position. I told you that they have a little bit of space to play from behind, but I think they're going to play aggressive if they find out that this is just a duo in front of them. They have these rocks I was talking about. It's a bit of cover. And it seems to be working out in their favor. CPT is in a great spot. Fake Preds taking this outside, what I like to call it an island, this little island. It's hard to play early, but now that there's only 4 squads remaining, only one duo, and that's the duo we're about to see get pushed.
Oh my goodness. Daniel Spam, CPT, after one heck of a moment. Fake Preds, CPT, 2 of our best teams, back in it and involved, and CPT has a chance to take a building that has been prioritized and held so well by just the duo, AOT. It seems like the Valkyrie's gonna get up to the top. Curiosity is curious about that one. The bullets will sing, and that will end the mystery. Curiosity now looking to find the last one, and it's random. Perfectly planned though. Fake Preds, CPT, Legend Jeff, and Synchrium. 3 teams left. It's a 3v3 and then a 3v3v2. No, it seems to be a potential full 3v3v3.
Yep. Oh, but they're getting a revive out there. So it was almost a 2, but they actually got the recovery out there on Jeff. In the water. They're not in a good spot though. Both teams are looking at them. It's gonna be almost near impossible. Look at this rotation. It's looking like they're gonna need a miracle. They might just have to settle for 3rd.
In the bamboo tree tends to be the safest place to be. You got a lot of cover and you play both sides. But don't underestimate the gravity cannon here. This is one of those things that's a massive amount of cover. And as far as positions to play, you do have opportunities to go left, right, or just hold. Right now, though, maybe CPT getting the worst of the luck. The building that they're on is getting landed on. And they're going to have to do some work. This opens up Daniel Spams its routes and Fake Pred to make a move. Pay attention to that on the low side. Curiosity, though, in the middle of a fight that's going to force them out very, very soon. Rolling Thunder about to heat things up even more as the gravity lift takes them up, and it's Logan now faced with a terrible situation. Fight Fake Preds or fight the team above you. It's actually a pretty nice focus of attention from Fake Preds as well, and a 90. And the headshot will do Daniel Spams into a good position, and even better there now that they've got the knock. 2 squads left, and it is simply going to be Fake Preds running through to this. They're gonna have to deal with the Watson fences, or they'll just stay outside and say, fences don't need to keep us out, we'll stay out. And we'll do the job from there. Game 2 goes the way of Fake Preds.
We're gonna need a name change here. These are not Fake Preds at all. These are real Apex Predators, okay? They've gotten so many wins in our Master Circuit. I don't believe that they're fake.
Yeah, they can't be fake. After all that, no way.
No, absolutely not. And they took advantage of the fact they saw both teams land on each other. They had to run from that island out into the cover, and that was a really smart move by them. And they got kills off of both teams. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, and that's kind of what's unfortunate about CPT. They were in a good spot, but that team chose to skyward dive on top of them, and it forced them to actually have to pay attention to that squad, turn away from the team that ultimately would win the game. But it started out with Rib having a pretty nice cleanup. They came off game 1 as our winners. It just wouldn't end up that way for them, as they would be aggressive on the chase. It was a story of really, I think, teams coming back alive. Fake Preds, team that we expected to see in there. Outsiders had a good run. Couldn't quite put it together, but of course CPT now back with 3. It was just a good showcase across some of our favorites.
Oh yeah, and this was a tough end zone. Ultimately, there's not enough room for many squads to stay alive, or there's not enough room to do much because there's so much open zone here. So naturally, you're gonna see a lot of teams fall early. This revive maybe could have been done slightly better, but they tried, eh? One clip by its route. They did massive damage in Antenna. They cleared so much space. They got great positions. And Alliance of Torment, let's give it to them. As a duo, they maintained their position. They applied a lot of great pressure, and I think they managed to get a kill or 2 at least from the position they were in.
Then it would all end up with Rib doing a pretty decent job. Dynasty hit a sweet R301 spray. It just wouldn't be enough at all. Fake Preds would overwhelm, take that spot. And look at this, the charge rifle. Doing so much work. Daniel Spams with the exhibit. Has all the information he needs. Focus of attention, shuts down the right side. And with the car, Daniel reloads, actually swaps the weapon. Says, I like this one better. Gets the job done there. It was like clockwork for them. Just another day at the office. Fake Preds and the Hipfire Hemlock making it happen in game 2.
Yeah, it was well played by all 3 of these teams. I mean, the fact that, you know, they were able to get the revive, the Valk skyward dive on top of CPT, that was incredible in itself. Like, it looked like they were out, they looked like they were dead out there on that rock. They had no cover. and then Fake Preds ends up finishing it off.
Wow.
Look at that 30% shot accuracy from
Wow.
Daniel Spams. Wow.
That is amazing. And 7 kills as well. This is a 14-point kill game. It is a 12-point win. It's a 26 bomb for Fake Preds. Remove the fake. I'm with you, girl. I petition. No more Fake Preds. Just Preds.
Yeah, they are doing a real good job here in their master circuit, and they have done it in the past as well. So, welcome back to Waco on Fake Preds. Dynasty though, RIB ended up winning our first game. Fake Preds our second, and we still got 4 more games to go. Look at this leaderboard. Look at how close it is.
That's very close to the top. Only 2 points. Rib, I mean, getting into that top 5, 6. And getting those kills definitely helps to stay competitive, even though they didn't win this next game. And the same thing could be said for Fake Preds. Both of them getting pretty equal in terms of limbs, placement points, but over 2 games, the most consistent teams by far. Titanus, very interested to see. They must have had a big kill game. Obviously, 3rd in the lobby in terms of kills. Their placement points were strong as well, but haven't really been talking too much about them. We'll have to pay attention to Ferks, Lovitz, and Mac a little bit more, and CPT tied with them in 4th.
Yeah, CPT's doing a great job, you know, as a duo, and they got their trio back, so they might be able to make a comeback here. They're not too far off of that 1st and 2nd place. And here are squads that didn't quite make it into our top 10, the Outsiders. We've seen them do well, but they did have a rough landing there. They lost Packers on the Watson a bit early on. Shrubs, we saw vibes play into our top 10 there in the first game. They must have just had an unfortunate second game there, and we still have time for them to bring it back.
Well, it's been such a great start to this one in North America. We're a 1/3 of the way done. And if you are excited for what you're seeing and you want to check out more, check out compete.playstation.com. That's where you can find all of the information on what PlayStation has to offer with their tournaments, whether it's winning cash prizes, it's participating yourself, or it's just finding a group of friends to compete with at a high level and maybe be on our broadcast, maybe have a chance to vie for these prizes like we are doing today in our Ultimate Grand Finals. Or if you don't want to necessarily know too much about what we're doing on a day-to-day, but you want to catch up in a highlighted 1-hour show, well, we've got something coming for you on August 24th. It's dropping in Girl and I's PlayStation Network show, where we are going to be taking you through all of the PlayStation Tournament's Master Circuit action, as well as interviewing top pros, giving you tips and tricks, talking about the new patch, and hopefully helping you become a better and more informed Apex Legends player. August 24th, that is live, so make sure to stay tuned and keep the date on your calendar. We've got more games coming up here in our tournament. We've gone 2 down. We've got 4 more before we go the distance. We'll see you in just a bit. They put him down. Silence him.
Welcome to the home of PlayStation Tournaments Apex Legends Esports. Get ready for all the Apex content you need to improve your game and win prizes in fast-paced, easy-to-join competitions. Look forward to exciting content to get you competition ready, including a monthly live show hosted by me, Rainday, where we'll discuss the latest in Apex, chat with some huge guests, recap the PlayStation tournaments, and much, much more.
So far, so good.
Videos that feature breakdowns, tips, and exciting interviews. And in-depth articles featuring news, ways to improve your game, and conversations with competition winners and esports insiders. So, like, follow, and subscribe for Apex Legends content, and visit the PlayStation Tournament's website, compete.playstation.com, to sign up for competitions.
PlayStation.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with Game 3 on the horizon, Rain Day, and Girl as your casters, your co-pilots, taking you up to 37,000 feet. We will be having our third of 6 games here in our PlayStation tournaments, Apex Legends Masters Circuit. So buckle up, make sure you're comfy, ready to go as we kick this thing off, Girl.
Buckled up. I'm super ready, super excited for this travel, for this trip. Here are our first 2 winners today, RIB, Dynasty, Premeter, and ADMP in our first game, and Fake Preds coming in to take our second game. They're only about 2 points of a distance from each other, but they're first and second place overall. And take a look at this, our top 10.
Oh yeah, 37, 35, 26, 26, and 13. Between the top 5, not too far, especially between the top 4, but still a lot of work to do and a lot of games to be played. Rollers MX, winners of our North American Slay Day. Last time on the 19th, they're representing Mexico, and big shout out to them. They're in a 10th place position. Let's see if they can pull out a win yet again. Get some momentum now as we head towards the midway point. Outsiders, they had a really nice start. Rib ended up taking that game that they got most of those 7 points, but showed a lot of gall, a lot of, I think, drive to stay in it, even though they have a very heavy setup specific type lineup, Girl, and it doesn't always work in every situation.
I want to give the same advice we gave to everyone earlier on today. Don't know if they'll be able to watch between games, but take a look at the map. See if there is an open position to land. You still got 4 games left. You still got plenty of time to catch up. And there has been a few open POIs, points of interest, that are able to be freely looted, and you don't have to take those 50-50 contests and kind of risk the tournament here today. You want to be able to get to that top 2 mark, hopefully, and you still got the time to do so. So make sure you take every opportunity that you can.
That's a great piece of advice in all realms of life, definitely with Apex. Take every piece of opportunity that you can, use it to your advantage. These teams have definitely done so. What has been, in your eyes, the theme so far today? I feel like we've seen a lot so far in 2 games, and not sure where you think it's headed.
That's true. I feel like, these 2 games won't determine the overall tournament, because there's still a lot of room to grow, a lot of end zones to be played out. But you do see a lot of teams playing for end zone, particularly. Last game, we did see a lot of teams die off around the edge just because there weren't that many spaces to play. But everyone's taking this super seriously. Everyone's taking their time. Don't know how the Trident meta has been playing out for our teams as of late. You do see them get into those end zones, but you don't see them winning with the Trident as cover and so on and so forth. You see most Tridents actually getting focused. From my perspective anyways, from last game, we saw 2 teams with Tridents both get focused.
Wow. It isn't the right type of lobby to be able to have unlimited room. We know that there is more numbers in this lobby than in any of the qualifying Slay days, but that doesn't mean that they weren't good in getting here. In fact, we have a couple of the stats. They qualified Ultimate Lovers Trio 10th overall in points. And what does that really mean? Well, it means that when you look at the overall points they had, 38, heading into this tournament, it was actually number 1, Parallel and Rollers MX, who had 108. Fake Preds had 88. So if you just compare performances of the qualifier leading into this grand finals that was played off broadcast, Rollers MX, who are in 10th right now, probably are going to come back and make a move because we know they have the potential. Rib are there for real, 88, 65 points. They were just under Fake Preds, and so they're definitely a team after winning game 1 who are going to have some confidence back-to-back on both days. So I like what I'm seeing. I like the behind-the-scenes stories that we can tell now, knowing that even Titaness, who I think we found in 3rd place, 40 points above Ultimate Lovers Trio. So we got to start paying attention to these teams because they're coming off good performances.
Rib has lost their 3rd, so they ended up picking up a Pathfinder this game. Yep, so they won't be a full 3 this game. See how they play this one out as a duo. Sometimes, actually, I've experienced in this back in the day in custom lobbies. some people ended up not connecting, right? And I was one of them, and my team actually played better as a duo without me than with me in some of the qualifiers for ALDS. Yeah, this was way back, way back, like over 2 years ago, I think. So, you know, you might see that happen here today. The duos might end up having great performances more than they do. Because sometimes you're just more, you know, you're playing smarter. I think it's easier to communicate as well as a duo. You're just taking more opportunities that you might not with a trio. It's easier to get by without being noticed, you know, if you don't have that Gibby running around with you and getting focused. So there's a lot of aspects that can go into it, but obviously 3 people is better than 2 overall.
Overall, you're absolutely right. You kind of take away some of the things that as a 3 may be more difficult, which is communication, being on the same page, not attracting attention, and you get rid of those things and you go, all right, we are definitely having to play together. We have to be almost identical. We have to mirror each other's movements, and that creates a lot more camaraderie and unity. But in that same way, you don't have the potential that third player does to be a game changer and to add that extra bit of pressure, to take that angle, to be the one to recover the banners or to get out alive and save your life. All those things that 3 is better than 2 for. Right now, the Ultimate Lovers Trio all the way back to middle. They've looted and taken the tridents there, as they like to do. And he's just throwing his drone out. That's vision as he wants to fight it. One of the changes to Crypto, not having to go into the drone. You can actually press that, and then we'll go out essentially a little bit of a ways for you and still give you that vision. So it makes it a lot easier mid-fight for Crypto to be advantageous to the player playing him. And right now, already advantageous. D-Pro finds one with the Mozambique, but still a lot going on here in this battle. And the KP's traded, the kills are done. And that will be a few already for Ultimate Lovers Trio. Titan Scream on the board too, which is good confidence for him.
Oh, and are they getting third party, or is that their last player? I think that's they're getting third party. That's Dinosaur Venom going down. Anycan taking up the first kill on this third party. The Ultimate Lovers Trio are on a rampage right now, taking one down. Are they going to be able to take 2 down? D-Pro has to stay alive. 10-second Phoenix Kit is going to go off. Titan Scream doing the work. Playing with the Hemlock. Going up closer, and Anycan actually getting that pinch. Packers goes down as well. They've got 1 left remaining to kill, and that's just 2 team wipes if they can get this cleanly. The Ultimate Lovers Trio doing the best they can. So the Outsiders, they're gonna have to go away, try and play for those recoveries, as Packers Dinosaur Venom not quite finished yet. Just gotta stay alive, and I'm not quite sure the Ultimate Lovers Trios will banner camp. It would be a good idea for them, as they might need those points. But the zone isn't too far away from them as well, so they could actually rotate early, get an early positioning. Not a bad idea either, no matter what they choose to do.
Outsiders a little bit outside their comfort zone now. Parallel about to skyward dive on the edge with the zone moving in about 26 seconds. They've got a kill to their name. And on top of the down beast, they may try to land. They see at least 1 player there, and that's a solo. I think they're realizing this is KP. Let's get it.
Oh, they noticed them separated, but it's a Pathfinder that they decided to land on. That's not actually good, because they won't be able to get this knock. They landed on someone with some mobility.
Right.
But Tizo, not scared at all. 126 damage, and oh no, he got stuck. He's gonna throw an extra back. He gets the stick.
Wow, not enough. The gravity hole is there. That's a big knock from Parallel. Spook. FPS, that's another one down. Parallel are just 1 kill away from cleaning this up, and they do. Beautiful. As Orixis falls, Parallel gets back up with 3 kills to their name.
Tizonian doing a great job with that entry damage, and to have the audacity to throw an arc star back and get that stick, that was incredible. That was really nice to see from them. Got the respawn beacon. Sometimes that helps bait other teams to come in. They're creeping on top of this building. Maybe potential team nearby. They're gonna think that they're going for the revive, but they're not. They're a full 3-man. This is actually very smart by Parallel. they can do it. And this is who they baited in. The Ultimate Lovers trio nearby.
Decent shots there, but the R99 misses most of the magazine from that distance. Focus of attention. It will miss as well. No information gathered for the Seer. And that is what looked to be Anycan. Making their way around. Titan Scream, it's spotted through the window. There's a player anchoring that spot. And it's just good positioning, and that's kind of the thing. They trade so quickly. Look at Dazonian up on top of the down beast as well. So many different angles being played, and I'm not sure they've spotted this out. As Anycan now has kind of put himself in the line of sight. I don't know if it's on purpose. Maybe it has. Maybe it's an offensive play. So I thought Dazonian might have just had the opportunity to respond. Now Anycan's just running up. How do you like the front of the gun? Oh, almost responds. Dazonian goes down, but just barely. And it's Tech and Smook who are left without a teammate after that skirmish.
That was a really good play, especially by Anycan to take that very wide angle. Notice that Dazonian was out of positioning and then aggressed on that. Almost had the battery off in time. Take a look at this parallel. Going for this banner recovery. Will they be able to do it? Anycan did end up going low. And take a look at this. 163 around the corner. Titan Scream down to 1 HP. This is going to be a 2v2.
Got him.
They got him. They got the recovery on the banner. Can they get the finish? Can they get that KP? Smooky. Going for the shield battery. There's a few more seconds to pop this one off. 1.4. Anycan just holding his ground. D-Pro as well, holding their ground. Oh, they might be able to get this recovery. Their teammate did not get thirsted, and they're looking to get them back up.
Some very, very difficult things to push, though, especially with two. One with an AR or an SMG, and one with the 30-30 repeater. But the height, I love it. And the gravity lift into the black hole. That's just something they're going to run away from, and that's the benefit of their play style. They're so mobile, they're so willing to leave and abandon their teammates in the moment in order to save it and get them back in the long run. The most unique play style we have seen in the PlayStation Tournaments Master Circuit. Feels like these fights can never end, and honestly, Parallel have to be very, very careful. I think they're getting what they want, though. Obviously, Dazonian back in the mix, and it's forcing Anycan and D-Pro to make a decision. Do we come back here and let them respond as three? Because we certainly aren't going to be able to have an easy time taking this space yet again, if we do.
And there was another respawn beacon nearby from that squad that could be utilized by the Ultimate Lovers trio if they want to, but it's going to be hard for them to secure their loot back up again. So Down Beast does have one more chance of a recovery for them. The G59, they're in a skirmish. Don't big body. Trying to play the staircase, but it could be very dangerous if that squad decides to full-on swing them. But playing the Bangalore can get out of a sticky situation real quick. 104. This is going to be a push from them. He's going to go in. He gets the knock, but he almost gets re-knocked from behind. Is the gas going to take him down? It does. They get traded here. Don't hurt me, please. Last one on horizon. Can we get a clutch? No, I think we're just going to get a runaway. And we're going to play life. The boat was ready to retreat. Rain Day. They did not burn it.
A plead and a name at the same time. Don't hurt me, please. Walking away with about 100 health. Now it makes it 200 and a little bit less. 190 and some change. 16 squads now as Parallel have gotten back to their full roster. Alive and well. Anycan and D-Pro have been dismissed and not allowed to return. That, however, may not worry them too much. I think I saw Dinosaur Venom as well. Outsiders still alive. They were in this mill skirmish too, so now Down Beast has gotten a lot of action. The Replicator will give them some meds, some much needed resources after those fights to get back alive and well and ready for this final circle. As G59 take that Octane jump pad. Phoenix Kit to be hit in midair. And don't big body, please. Will survive yet another moment.
Bayman taking a bit of a damage, but they do have the high ground. They do have the angles to aggress on this. Natural light. Do they really want to push down forward? I mean, they do have to get to zone. They have Valkyrie. I'm not sure if the ultimate is quite ready yet. Just going to heal up. Take their time. They notice a squad behind them. Not going to be able to connect those shots. Those are really hard shots to hit. But it's surprising to see 15 squads left after so much action we've seen. Everybody's playing their life. Everyone's staying alive. Everyone's getting those recoveries. It's a tough one to play out this third game.
It feels like this is where the real battle is happening to decide momentum for this lobby, because there are a lot of teams involved in these skirmishes who are just barely hanging on, fighting for these little moments, that a banner here, a second recovery there. And they're getting them, and it's keeping things quite tense and quite even. With 15 squads still remaining, it feels like we should have had more with all the fighting and the downs that have occurred. 40 players still alive. Means we have a few squads missing a few players. Titaness in our standings, I believe, top 5. Might even be top 3. Mac, FB, Lovitz, and Ferks rocking that Caustic Seer and Valkyrie. Follow along with them in just a moment. As you can tell, Smoke and Tizonian, they're in the mix yet again. Tech does fall. It's all up to Tizonian. Can do it with the Prowler, but not like this. Not like this. Maybe like this. Gets up to the high ground. A little shake and bake there. One bullet away. Do you hit the shield battery? I think you do. I don't know if you press this. Hit that bat. Oh, and it was just one. Daniel Spams. That was fake Preds who they were fighting. And just barely, Daniel Spams comes out with it. Will have a chance to save its route, possibly. But he knows that trouble is awaiting. Will fake Preds, after 3 kills, go down. Maybe Daniel can do something to salvage this.
Daniel's going to pop the med kit, but recovering those banners doesn't look very possible. It's a long way to go, and I think he's just going to opt to go for that placement, try and hide here somewhere. Because he is in end zone, and that team behind him is just gonna follow suit. 13 squads remaining. Got a shield battery getting popped on Lovitz. And here comes a fight. Oh, take a look at this. Seer goes down. That's Vibe Scary. They get the trade. Crowd King with the PK doing damage. Lovitz playing life, going up top. Sees the other Valkyrie in suit as well. Getting shot from behind. Oh no, we're down to 20 HP. The nice armor swap. But it's not going to do much. Mac having to clutch this one out for Titans if he wants to. Gonna play an angle. We're not actually going to run away here. Noticing that he's getting third partied, I think he will just drop down. So we've got another rat inbound to try and pick up. So top 10 get 2 points just for placement. So he's going to want to survive another 2 more placements minimum to grant his team some points.
It's not just the points, too. You're going to have to put something on the back of it as well. Titaness staying right now in 3rd and 4th, but with a performance just ratting for placement, it's going to be difficult to hold that with the way some of these teams are putting up kills and performances. Curiosity, Dr. Magic, and Logan of CPT, you know, they're routing and finding a way to get into a better spot so that they can win the game instead of being 2nd or 3rd place like what happened last time against fake Preds. And they are actually in the circle. Many of the teams we've seen are not in the circle. Speaking of, Rollers MX to Aihabo. Not in the circle as well. CPT, though, right now, I think trying to clear out this room and doing a really easy clinical job of it. Like a surgeon. Takes one out, and they've got more loot to spare. So this is a really good spot for them heading into this final zone. They will be actually in the 2nd zone, I believe, after this circle closes. And they are looted up.
We've seen a very similar zone to this earlier on in our EU region. Yeah, it's going to close out pretty much the same way. So we know who's got the advantage, the team underneath. But CPT is in a place where TXC ended up fighting and getting, you know, Sarah got kill leader here earlier. So if they could keep up the pace, they could get a lot of more kills. They've already got 5 kills on the board. So could be a big kill game. Even if they don't win, could get a fair amount of points. They'd notice fake Preds underneath. But they're not going to drop and lose that high ground unless they really need to. Oh, take a look at that. One clip. Got knocked.
Oh, wow. Logan must have cleaned that one up. Oh, this could be trouble. Magic knows it. That could be a problem. We'll see if Magic was able to get out of there. But definitely got aggressive, feeling really confident, had 5 armor swaps in that building. It'll start to get to your mind thinking, oh, there's no way I can get taken down. You're not in the building anymore. It's all fair play out here. And then that's what happens. Dr. Magic actually goes down and gets thirsted.
So
But
Daniel managed top 10.
Yeah, and he got another kill off it. Fake Breads did have 3 kills, so that would be 4. It's a pretty decent situation for them. And Curiosity will be able to go ahead and get that banner, call the mobile respawn beacon, and get Dr. Magic back up right next to his loot. Not a bad trade.
No, not at all. But the Ultimate Lovers Trio, I think they noticed that respawn beacon coming in. So here comes the Crypto Drone to scout up top. They notice that it's pretty much open and everyone's on the lower ground of the beast. He's going to go for the MP as they drop, but are they going to be able to pull up in time? Are his teammates in position? I think I saw a glimpse of them on top. Yep, they are going in, and take a look at this D-Pro with the angles. Oh no,
oh, they
Titan
got
Scream
one.
going down.
That is crazy to see that response. Slogan, what a burst, my friend. That R301 rang true through the smoke, the fire, and the flames. My 7th grade guitar hero self would be proud. And at the end of the day, it is now going to be D-Pro and Squad who have to back it up. CPT holding their ground steady as Ultimate Lovers Trio now take this room. CPT regrouping, full shields for all. Titan Scream still needs something here, but those shield swaps actually that were left by CPT, Titan Scream will help himself too. So a little bit of good fortune there for the Ultimate Lovers Trio.
All right, RIB figuring out what they want to do with this end zone. They don't have too many options. They don't have many places to go. But they are deciding to play that edge, southern edge. They're going to meet Tuyato on that side of the zone. It's not looking good for them, but they have this truck to hide behind, which is good for them. Another duo, though, coming in from behind, and we could potentially see a 2v2 here. Don't hurt me, please, going down. Don't big body, please, going for the rat play. How are you going to be able to rat in the wide open field? Oh, take a look at this. Right behind here. Oh, the rock. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be safe? It's looking good for him right now. CPT's not looking.
Don't big body, please. Don't hurt me, please. Don't look at me, please. Should be their trio name at this point. CPT gonna get a nice shield battery timing off. And they will get back up to full and face the team in front. SDMP gonna get absolutely mauled. Oh my goodness. Not a fair fight at all. Through the smoke. Logan and Squad push through. And it's Rollers MX from Mexico, winners of last Slay Day. Now pushing Dr. Magic, Logan, and Curiosity. CPT out of that building, but they're gonna clash inside of it. Logan taking the inside around. On the side, Srubs are there, watching it all from a nice, safe vantage point, but CPT and Rollers MX are going at it in the middle and holding their time. Don't big body, please, still hanging out in that corner as well. And that little spot we like to call where Crazy Cupcake is might just be the God spot, at least where you want to play. That is end zone. The Mastiffs, though, we've seen this decided by Mastiffs again and again and again. And the Arc Stars from the Horizon Black Hole, luckily, walks away and gets out of dodge. Curiosity, that was a close one. It's going to hit the shield battery. 6 squads left. The CPT are still on the hunt.
I really like the fact that CPT decided to enter this building. They have the Mastiff, so they have that close range advantage there, unless they get hit by a bunch of arc stars. But take a look at this. Shrubs in a fight in the bubble. Packers with the melee knock. Unbelievable. Are they going to be able to pull this off as a duo? They're getting a shield battery off. We're going to jump down. That's a huge hit. That was a collat. Vibes carries. Can we carry by entering this force field? Packers. Last one remaining. We're gonna cancel that revive. We're gonna, we can get through this. We can actually push right through those fences if needed.
Yeah, I think just because you're 2, right? Just go at the same time, and you got it. Now you're gonna get a little regen. You're in a good spot. Maybe even leave those fences up as a deterrent for enemies coming through. And now it's CPT and Rollers MX. Will they be able to finish it off? Mimo Kusai from the back. Oh, and that's it. Rollers MX are winners of our last Slay Day. They take this one against CPT, but watch out, it's Shin Malfred, who is coming in to play spoiler against the Mexican representatives. Not gonna happen on my watch, Mimo Kusai says. And they continue their road to being the champions of North America. You love to see it.
Oh, that follow-up by Vibes carries as his teammate had to reload there. That was a good follow-up indeed. Now it's only 2 squads remaining. It's going to be hard to get this revive off. It's a 3v2 with a respawn incoming. Can Toasty Ninja fend off the enemy squads? Maybe for a moment, but not for too long as the grenade comes in. And Tuiado with that last shot. It's going to be a 3v1. It's looking like an MX Rollers win here. It's only a matter of time.
And you can see the mobile respawn beacon is coming out, but it is, as I like to say, a day late and $1 short. You are not going to be able to pay this bill on time. Rollers MX is demanding it now, and they have fulfilled all accounts here in game number 3. As they take the win.
That's going to put them up in the leaderboards, and that actually gave them an extra kill point, so they're definitely going to be thankful for that one. Revive as much as you want, as long as we're able to come in and clean it up, we're going to be happy with that. So MX Rollers, how many kills did they end up getting? I'm not even quite sure, but they did win a few fights, like 3 or 4, I would say.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure. They were in a great position. They won those last 2 fights, that's for sure. And that's the thing about staying alive. You sometimes don't have many kills, but if you win that 3 in the, 3rd and 2nd place fight, and then you win that 2nd, 1st place fight, that's 6 kills right there. You're adding basically an 18-point game, which would have been a 12-point game just for doing what you should do to win. So you don't necessarily have to worry about kills. But yeah, did they Slay out earlier on? I didn't see them playing too aggressively, girl, over the course of the game, but we'll find out. Obviously, we got some highlights coming up of this game 3, but when we look at the scores in just a little bit, we'll see. I mean, could they pull off a 20-plus bomb? I think it's possible, but I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely is possible, and the fact that they were able to win the fight against CPT when CPT had a Mastiff too. They had a Mastiff, so it was a really hard fight to win, and they ended up pulling it off. The clutch, the 1x1 clutch there in the end, that was phenomenal. The Ultimate Lovers Trio, now I don't know how far they ended up getting, but they got quite a few kills in the beginning. You remember they spawned and pretty much killed 2 teams. Yeah. This was the sad part there when Titan Scream ended up going down. I think that's when it all went downhill. Don't big body, please. I actually can't believe he got away and got the revive over there. That was a little surprise to me.
And now CPT kind of waking up, continuing to do well, but now as a trio, 2 games, starting out as a duo. It was looking really good, but it was just too much. Ultimate Lovers Trio would go ahead and fight as they were trying to get their revive over there. And it would put CPT in a bit of a quandary. They'd be able to get out of it as the chaos was ensuing across all sides. It would be Shrubs inside who would end up being able to push that through. CPT would lose out, though, to Mimo Kusai. Mercenary with the push. Mimo Kusai on the flank. And they grabbed the win there. Shrubs, they would try to get Crown King back. but it would be all rollers from that moment on, rolling through what Shrubs had defensively. They wouldn't even let it get more than just an extra KP, not even a shot fired for the Gibraltar Crown King. As Duahialo, Mercenary, and Memo Kusai would grab game number 3, representing from Mexico, putting their name in our grand finals winner's sheet. With a massive game, yes, they will get more than just 6 kills. They will actually have 14, I believe. 13. Incredible stuff. And that is a 25-point game from them.
Okay, so you were saying, do they get a 20 plus? They absolutely did. Good accuracy by them, especially Memo Kusai with the clutches, the 1-on-1 clutches there at the end. 1,582 damage, just involved in absolutely everything, as he's got the most amount of kills on his squad. And everyone else was there for the ride, and they were there to enjoy that sweet, sweet victory.
8-2-8. That's just a great game there for Memo Kusai. And some really clutch moments, too. Taking out CPT, that was really the move that set up the win. Without that, there's at least, I would say, 6 kills that maybe go unkilled, untallied for them. We got a new winner each game, girl.
Yeah, it's actually anyone's tournament here today. Rollers
Wow.
MX, they just moved up a heavy amount of placements, making their way up to 32, which is only 11 off of first place. Now, you can see your future. You can see yourself in first place from a view like this.
I mean, and think about it. They had 7 points, right? That's crazy. They had 7 points, and now they're 4th. And they're almost, you know, able to compete for first. That's incredible. They were outside of the top 10. One big game changed it up. Titaness didn't have that great game. 5th place still. Shrubs actually was a top 2 finish. They're getting more of their placement points as part of how they're getting their points. So they're at 13. Not as many kills yet, but you can see the top 3 teams all over 20 kills. Roller MX with that massive 13-kill game, getting themselves in the mix too.
Yeah, they're catching up. They walked up the mountain. They can see the view from up here, and they can see their future coming in and all that glory and money shining on through if they can keep this up. But there is a lot of competition. The Ultimate Lovers Trio made 17 points. They almost made that 20-point threshold. These are our top 10 teams. The Outsiders, they made themselves from the bottom 10 to the top 10. So congrats to them as well. And I feel like last game we've seen a lot of variety and people dispersing on drop, people finding better places to land, and honestly it's evening out to be a great tourney, and I can't wait to see what's coming up. B1 unfortunately not having the greatest amount of time. I see them consistently in game, in fights, being able to knock one, but it's just not working out as a whole for them. I don't know what's missing.
Game 4 on the way. One question I have, a team like Parallel, who actually ended up being, I think, 3rd place overall. Rollers, Fake Preds, the only 2 teams that qualified higher than Parallel. They're, I believe, in 14th place right now. Not a great performance from them, but I feel like they have a lot to potentially give. And I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up seeing a game 6 where a team like that had a massive game, a game 4, maybe a game 5, right? I mean, this is getting so tight that it's only possible because one team isn't running away with it. We keep having new winners and new changes. So this game 4 typically is where we see that repeat winner. Some 3 teams have won. They've got the feeling of how it's like to win. It's the same map, same kind of landing spots. You start to get into that rhythm. But can Parallel poke their head into this conversation? That's the big question I'll be asking in game 4. What about you, girl?
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing the end zone here. I'm hoping maybe for a southern end zone, spice things up a little bit, like a cenote cave or a mill, or maybe even back of barometer and end zone. So hoping to see something like that to just shift it up a little bit, see even more new squads come into the action and get many kills and get placement. But it's an interesting one. I absolutely don't know who the best is right now. You know what I mean? Like it's just like This team's winning. This team's
Yeah.
winning. This team. Who's the best here? It's hard. It's hard to figure that out as a viewer and as a caster.
It is definitely not easy. I think these teams, too, don't have enough time against each other in the same lobby over and over again to even know themselves. It's really on who's going to play today, and that's why I think it's nice to see Roller show up. They led the lobby. Fake Preds show up. They've led a lobby. They've done well, and this is like kind of what you would expect from these teams who know that winning is part of their culture so far. That's what they've established here in the tournament. I am looking, though, to see what is a team we haven't seen throughout our Slay days who showed up big, do something now. And that's why my name is on Parallel. That's why, even Rib, I think, winning game 1. Teams that we have to start paying attention to. And I'm looking to see if they can have their moment today. I would like to see that. It would be great. Whoever wins, but you want to keep it up. Don't want it to just be a flash in the pan.
Well, from watching them play in our last game, I know they didn't have the most points, but like you can tell from someone's gameplay, just watching them for 2 or 3 minutes, their movements on point, their shots on point. But sometimes in a battle royale, you just get a little bit unlucky. You get third party in the wrong way. You get pinched in the wrong way. You're caught in a bad spot at the wrong time. Sometimes it just, you get a little unlucky, and maybe we'll see a little bit more luck come their way in this game. I'm looking forward to see those drop spots. I don't want to see any 50-50s. I think there's enough room for us all to share a little piece of cake before we end up dying.
I love that idea. Some cake before death.
Cake before death. Smile a little bit.
Well, you have cake to celebrate your birth. Why not, celebrate the other side of things?
Well,
Okay.
in game, of course.
Yeah, we'll stay off that topic. Trying to keep things positive here.
Yeah, well, happy life, a nice, long, happy life.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta go with it. Final day, just reflect on all the good memories you had in this Apex Legends Master Circuit.
That's right. That's right. We are talking about Apex. We are having fun with Apex. It is game 4 on the horizon. And I'm not talking about the Legend. I could be. I will be. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about coming up right now. We are in the lobby. They're getting ready. These players. Emo Kusai, I see you on that horizon. Tuai Hado on the Valkyrie. What you noticing, girl?
I'm noticing Titan Scream. And I'm hoping Titan Scream's not the first one to go down this next game. I want them to do well. They're one of my favorite teams, to be honest. So I hope they can pull it off. They've got the skill. They're winning so many 3v3s. It's just like a little... too much confidence, perhaps?
Is it confidence? Is it... It's hard to jam that much creativity. You know how sometimes people in life, you have these people who have these like big hits and then they never have a hit again, whether it's a song, it's a book, it's a movie, it's a moment in a television show, and then they're like not really that relevant after that. And that's not a problem, but sometimes when something works so well and it just is so a part of your identity, it's harder to then become that person who just is like a solid, solid writer, solid actor, solid musician who just kind of keeps making decent, popular songs for 30, 40 years. The metaphor is that their strategy of playing so haphazardly, managing all these crazy situations you can never have in a final circle, tends to be very hard for them to shift when it comes down to the, kind of simplified, methodical way you have to play an end zone in Apex Legends. And it doesn't seem like it works. When things are open, when things are creative, they thrive. But when it gets a little bit more boring and you kind of got to do what some of these basic plays are, that's where they seem to either rush it or not really have as much of a cohesive plan together.
And you were talking about Parallel and you wanted them to do well. Well, they're in a 50-50 situation and they're winning it here. Smooth and One Clip both going down. Nice RE45 shots coming in from Samuki FPS. And maybe Tech 11, by the way, if you can't read Roman numerals. Well, I did my studying.
Oh, wow, look at you.
right before
wow, look how smart
the broadcast.
You are. So much smarter than all of us. You took your Roman numerals class.
Well, no, I only know that exact number.
Why is that now?
Well, you know, you gotta be able to read these names.
Okay, all right. I'll
X
buy
is
it.
10, I is 1.
That's right.
11.
You're right. You're right there. What's V1 3 or 111? What's V111?
Oh, V111?
Yeah.
V5, 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
What's 1V?
1V. 5.
No. 1V.
6. 1. 6?
4. 4.
What?
All right.
How is V5 and 1V is 4?
V1 and 1V are 4 and then 6. V is 5. So that one is that's the only one. Otherwise it's 1, 2, 3, and then 1V and then V. And then
Thanks
V
for showing us how
1.
smart you are, Rain Day.
No,
Thank
listen.
you.
Listen.
Thanks
come
for
on.
showing off.
Come on. I'm just saying. There's a little Roman numerals quality of life there in case you ever get a watch or something like that. You know, us guys, we, you know, especially me with James, and I've been spending so much time with him. He's such a watch man. So
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, he's obsessed with watches. He's got watches that cost more than some cars that
oh my
I've
goodness,
driven.
no shot.
Yeah. So I went to go shopping with him. Quick story in Raleigh, and you know, he was saying, well, I like this. You know, I like the Roman numerals. You know, I like this one, this face. So he's got all the details. So you got to kind of understand Roman numerals if you're going to be into watches in some way. So that's probably why it's top of mind.
Okay, well, James, shout out to James Bardolph, right?
Yep, James Bardolph.
All right, shout out to James. Hope he can get me a nice watch that
Wait,
costs more
James,
than
can you
a
give
car.
girl a watch that costs more than a car, please? Thanks.
If I pass my Roman numerals test, but take a look at this Titan Scream. Oh my goodness, they actually followed suit with the Trident and ended up taking these players down. So, as we were talking about earlier, the Ultimate Lovers Trio, I want them to have a comeback, and they're doing it.
Wow.
Wow.
Very, very interesting, too, to see that Alberlelli news as well.
Oh,
for those
looking for a
interested.
team?
Apex Legends Esports, yeah.
I signed up.
FTX, Alberlelli, no longer a part of Cloud9. I know if you're interested in Apex Competitive, you probably know that name, you probably know that roster, you probably know that man. So, looking for team for year 3, that'll be interesting. Back to the matter at hand. Ultimate Lovers Trio, we talked about them. They love these hectic situations. The alternator peeking over the head glitch. Very hard to push back. The only thing that might be dangerous is that backside, so it's got to be careful. And they're getting out of dodge. They do not like what they see. Not really a good fight. No way to siege it either.
My ultimate's ready.
And they'll keep rotating. Looking for fights, girl? Looking for loot. Maybe a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. You see these smokes come in handy every time you see them loot or loot a Lopa shop. They drop the smoke down just in case, and that's how you want to play this. And again, going forward, scouting out the view for them, make sure everything's safe. Kind of like a, you know, a parent, making sure everything's safe before the kids come along up the hill, scouting out the area before they go camping. That's what they're doing there, and Horks on the other side of the map with a charge rifle. I'm telling you, PlayStation pros love the 2x, love the 2 to 4x, but don't necessarily love that 4 to 10 or 4 to 12x.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working
That's a
out
tough
though.
one. Yeah, well, that is a tough one to deal with, right? And plus, there's just no flexibility when you get up close, right? And that's kind of the thing as a pro. You need to have options in case somebody's pushing you, correct, girl? You can't just be stuck with only one weapon, and then if you're going to use that weapon, especially if it's a sniper, can't be able to scope in at 2 times. Really allows you to use that as a mid-range fighting tool.
Roger.
How did they lose 60 FPS? Why was he over there? I'm not 100% sure, but Vibes Carries says, hey, thanks for the KP, buddy. Is it only one that they're up against? Is it a 2v2? Hard to tell from here. Rats are in a good position zone-wise, but player-wise, they are down a man.
Rats. Horks. I think that's how you say it. Horks.
Works, yeah.
Hanging out behind the spin. It's a comfy spot. A lot of long-range fighting in between. 4 shield batteries, though, so Horks can do this for quite a while. Can't do it all day. So we'll have to figure out whether this is going to be a beneficial exchange of ammunition and utility. Vibes carries on the other side of things. Trident in the middle. One person could go for it, and there's the smoke. Actually, that's the Rolling Thunder right there. So the flare to call down. Bangalore ultimate. What is this doing? Is this the moment they're making that move? Could be. Hasn't changed a thing. Just gotta watch out, though.
13 squads left, 5 scaries. Did get that one player and is holding his ground, but does have to rotate in and getting held by a charge rifle. Shots are so good, just no backup. He's all alone. Again. Can we tank this zone? Yes, we can, especially with the meds. 60 FPS brought us for Christmas. But we still do have to rotate at some point with the duo holding us out. And take a look at the zone pull. No one is occupying those 2 really good buildings. But you see CPT on the northern side near the wall. You got fake Preds near them as well. 2 of our greatest teams in the lobby. Right near each other. But ISG, Ferks, I think are going to be the first team to occupy one of the best buildings in the game. Rulers MX also in the zone, so a lot of zone action. Everyone's playing Edge. Oh, and take a look at who it is on the other side. Titan screens. We're going to see the Ultimate Lovers Trio, gatekeeping Rulers MX. I think they had this planned all along. I remember them earlier. They were driving around. They wanted to take out their competition, and they want to take them out quick, and he can. It's getting pushed though. Rollers MX do noticing that they're split.
This way, come.
Going to try to push through the zone yet again. Not the easiest path. Sometimes the roads less taken make all the difference. 13 squads left now, round 2. With a minute and 20 before it closes. Not much damage on the side of Mercenary, but got the potential in the Bocek bow. What will they find? A little peek with the door open. Do a lined up headshot. Looks like he's going for it. Thinks otherwise. Maybe just playing this safely is the best choice. Clearly being gate kept. Rollers MX know they've got to play this one right. Or it's all over after a win. They cannot let their momentum slide, and they certainly won't. So they will take the long way around. Shots will still be fired at them, but they should be safe here.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for the crafting station. They're going to craft some medkits as, you know, what's the point of sitting still in zone when we can craft some medkits and then get into zone later, since we're evidently getting gate kept, and evidently it's going to be hard to get out of the sticky situation we're in. So crafting some medkits to be able to prolong themselves inside that zone for a little longer. 5 carries. This is the great thing about Seer. If you want to make your way into zone, you can actually tell if there's a team waiting on the other side. Now, Vibes actually did end up scanning them, but goes in anyways. That's CPT. Do they have a Seer is the question. Do they have a Bloodhound? Another question. Are they gonna? Okay, we are exposing ourselves. Vibe's gonna go for the Arc Star. He's only got 1 Arc Star to play with. He misses it. He's gonna run away. He ends up hitting somebody with that Arc Star, and he's gonna pop a shield battery on the way back in. Now, does he have any heals? Flesh heals. He has 2 medkits, so he will have enough meds to keep him alive. Go all the way around. It's a dangerous call for him to pull up right behind CPT. Pardon?
Oh no, I was going to say, doesn't he have to start That heal. Oh, not a med
Oh,
kit. He
yeah.
has syringes too. Sorry about
He's
that.
got syringes too, yeah. I didn't know that. He didn't show us until now. But yep, he's making his way in. Still 13 squads left. Alliance of Torment on the other side of things. Playing Caustic. You love the Caustic meta.
It's my favorite, yeah. That Caustic. You remember me talking about it, right?
Yeah, I do. You
Yeah.
love to talk about Caustic,
Yeah,
so I know
love
you
to talk
love the
about it.
legend. Yep.
Yeah, you remember that. Very
Especially
vividly.
with Bangalore.
Oh,
right?
with Bangalore, so you do remember.
Yeah, I
You
do remember.
That's so nice of you. Just always keep me in your thoughts. I really appreciate that.
Every time I see a Caustic Bangalore,
You think of me.
rain day, yes,
You
exactly.
think of me. Thank you so much. Bangalore and I almost have the same haircut. That's a problem. That's a problem for me. I might have to switch up my style too. You know, I don't want to be looking too much like any of the legends because at this point, you know, you got to build your brand, right? I don't want people thinking Bangalore rain day. So maybe this is a good call to action. You know, this is a wake up call for me.
Or you could take advantage of the fact that you have nearly the same haircut. Oh my goodness, the amount of damage Vive Scary has done. And I'm having a little bit of a brain fart here. Okay, 2 medkits left, still able to pop a medkit and go all the way around if needed. But what are those streamers called? VTubers. Now, Apex Legends released a VTube model of Bangalore. Did you know?
No.
So you could take advantage of that, you know,
Wow.
since you got similar haircuts, and you could actually become a VTuber. But they have a whole tutorial on Twitter. And yeah, you could actually become a Bangalore VTuber. They've also released Octane and Mirage. Octane, Mirage, Bangalore. I don't know if they released a Nicewig one too. Did they give Nice? I think they. I don't know
Very
if they
cool.
released it to the public, but Nicewig's got one as well.
Yeah, this is some super cool stuff that's been going on. We talked a lot of the Gaiden event as well. That's been coming up on Tuesday, and talked a lot of anime, talked a lot of Apex. It's great to see all these things collide, and you know, taking inspiration from different multimedia approaches and passions within the community. It's always going to result in a win. So
I love anime.
I'm loving it. Yeah, so do I. So do I. Kind of fell in love with it, and I, you know, really appreciated the storytelling form and the way, you know, you can't have certain stories in real life in some of the ways that you can with anime. And I think the barrier was a little bit of, it seems sometimes like I'm too mature for it, or maybe it won't handle stuff that I'm interested in. It's all cartoony, but I mean, honestly, I let that go immediately once I started watching Death Note and things like that. So obviously a very, very welcoming scene for everyone. There's an anime for everyone, and I think that's kind of what is fun about it. So,
We have to drop.
anything to add
Yeah,
on
I
that, Carl?
completely agree. I personally love the kind of storylines and the hidden messages behind a lot of the stories as well. Kind of take a lot. Feel like a lot of anime lovers that I know have good souls. So you know, like yourself, Brain Day, like yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, I think there's some kindred spirits going on there for sure. Anime, a great place. A lot of gamers love anime. We'll have to ask these gamers as well when they're on our show dropping in for PlayStation August 24th. We'll have to maybe slip in. Do you watch, you know, what do you do for fun? You watch any anime? What are you involved in? Man, it's a great thing, and always time to get in. And if it's not your thing, we understand too. But most people, I say that you just haven't really ever tried it, never checked it out.
Gotta have an open mind if you didn't grow up watching it. I know
Yeah.
I grew up watching it, but you know, I have an open mind as well.
Well, it's a good thing, because you're going to have to use that open mind right now to tell me who's going to take the win here. 10 squads.
CPT are in a great position on the northern end. Not many squads around them at all, but they do have to move downwards into the zone. That's the only negative aspect that there is over there. The Ultimate Lovers Trio have a lot of opportunity to get some kills. Now let's take a look at this bow. Titan Scream is not the first one to go down. It is Oryx on the other team going down. It's Shadow going down. It is not Titan Scream going down. Titan Scream is alive and well. And I think the kill leader as well. At least one of their members are the kill leader. I just spotted that last second in the corner of my eye. So the Ultimate Lovers trio doing so well. That's Anican, actually. Titan Scream with 2 kills, doing 40 damage. Hemlock has been one of our most popular weapons thus far today. They're doing incredible work, but no, this black hole. This black hole is getting them all kills. Is this about to destroy everything they just did? Last one alive. He gets stunned. He's going inside of the Trident. Does he live? No, he ends
Guess who just did that? Guess who just did that? Who? Parallel, the team we were talking about at the very beginning. Parallel takedown, Ultimate Lovers trio. Would you believe it? We asked and they answered the call. Even after losing an early knock on tech, what a play and what a recovery. Ultimate Lovers trio couldn't even believe it. They didn't have time to get away on their Trident. And we are seeing stories develop here in game 4.
Oh my goodness, that was an incredible amount of damage, but B-Man gonna survive. Can we get, oh, are we not even gonna heal before we go up into the sky? We're not. We're gonna go up into the sky with about 10 and 20 HP. How are we gonna land safely here?
B-Man, beware.
A little bit of luck.
Be
We're gonna
careful.
need a lot of luck at this point. They're gonna drop down, try and find themselves a safe spot, but they're getting pushed off of the mountain. You are not allowed to play here, Apex map says.
And that's unfortunate. BV shortstop looks like it will be stopped a little short. Burks will be the one to find that one. Fake Fred's still alive as well. So is Parallel, who we've talked about. And they're the ones that Fake Fred's kind of sees here. But Route also firing to the left-hand side onto Smoke, and that is dangerous. Smoke almost losing the entirety of his life. And a Rolling Thunder to just buy some time. Your Plug's Plug TV somehow making it away to Zonian, falling down, actually, thanks to Your Plug's Plug very own Rolling Barrage, Creeping Barrage, excuse me. I knew I was saying that one word off. I don't know why. The Creeping Barrage. I like Rolling Thunder or a little bit better.
I like it. I like it as well.
Better. Maybe we can get a name change. Yeah, we'll get a name change. We'll petition for that.
Okay, so this is the Titans. They actually rotated to this spot before anyone else. Very good damage coming in by Love It. Can we get that follow-up? His team actually wants the blood. They want the kills. Daniel Spams, though, I think stealing one of those kills with the charge rifle. They're pulling up. Caustic ult going down. They might be getting flanked by CPT here. They're going to lose their position. They're going to lose the high ground here. In a moment, they turn around, and the dogs are coming. The dogs are barking right behind them.
And you can tell they smell something that they will not let go of the scent. Titaness on the high ground, trying to loot up as fast as they can. The Creeping Barrage this time around will do just that. It's Dr. Magic and Curiosity up on top. Playing that high ground is beneficial to them. CPT, Fake Preds, Titaness, some of our top 5 teams going at it head-to-head. If CPT wins, we'll see a new winner. If Fake Preds wins, the first double winner of our lobby today. It's certainly possible. 3 red Evos already doing damage. EMP going their way. That's just helping Fake Preds to roll into this lobby and clean up the rest of the muck. And that is that. It is a CPT, Fake Preds, final circle, 3v3, mano-a-mano to close out game 4. This has huge implications for the rest of the lobby.
They got to push off that. They got 1 to 1 HP. This might actually get the knock. Nope, he got the heal off beforehand. Getting into the sky won't do anything, especially now that we don't have any nade. Yeah, exactly, but look at Wako. How did Wako get the angle? I don't know, but he's done it. It's going to be a 3v2 push here for Fake Preds, and it might look like a Fake Preds win. It's looking like one to me. Rain Day, Fake Preds taking that one out.
And just like we're taking the name Fake out of Fake Preds, they take CPT out, and they skyward dive to victory. It's Route, Woko, Daniel Spam celebrating as they should. A little flex with the emotes in the in-game lobby as they are on the champion screen for all to look at. It is North America now finding its first back-to-back or two-time winner in our grand finals, Fake Preds. And I'm not surprised.
Gonna make the gap on that leaderboard, not surprised at all. CPT did have a good position. They had a 3v3 situation. They had slightly a worse spot than Fake Preds, but ultimately they got caught by that gravity lift. I didn't think the gravity lift was in a good position to get in a good angle, but someone got caught out there, and Fake Preds were able to take advantage of that. Great play by them. They played that tree right near the building, and they were able to pick up a lot of kills back and forth there. So take a look at this replay from the last game. Okay, we got to give a big shout out to Vibes carries here, because Vibes stayed alive for so long. As a solo, was able to get that one kill, but not only that, Vibes fought until the death. Fought so many good teams all by himself. It's hard to do. You're feeling hopeless or helpless, but you're doing your best, and that's all you can ask for at the end of the day.
Big kill game. You can tell from Ultimate Lovers Trio. I think there's at least 7. Might be more than that in terms of kills. They only got an 8th place finish, so it's not going to be a lot of placement points. But it was really surprising and nice to see Parallel step up. We called them out. We're focusing on them now. And they definitely showed up here. Zoni and Tech, Smoke had the high ground. It was all but an easy cleanup there with missile swarms, bullets, and smoke to seal the deal. But it would end up being Fake Preds and CPT and Titaness, who would really play spoiler to what Parallel had going on. This missile swarm and this thermite, just too good.
Do you think Titaness should have stayed and stood their ground instead of going for those kill points, or was it worth it pushing on forward, getting the knock, and then ended up going down? At least they got to 3rd place, so they got a few kills and a few more placements, so it wasn't too bad. But could they have won? You gotta wonder if they stayed on that high ground and pushed CPT onto Fake Preds. They could have sandwiched them or guided the narrative a little bit there. Sometimes you just got to go for the points that you can see in your perspective.
It's not really a winning move, but it is a KP move, and that's the thing where it all has to come with mentality, right? You look at how you feel about what you can do in that lineup. 3-3-3, 3-3-3, 4-4-4.
Yeah.
All right. They like keeping it similar. And it's a 22-point game here from Fake Preds.
Oh my goodness, Wako didn't have much damage, but the most kills. Now, Daniel and Route are going to be like, you are kill stealing my kills.
You're kill stealing, man. He's like, listen, you don't have to have high accuracy or do damage to be the most impactful player. He's going to be saying what so many players have said in the comment section of YouTube videos, trying to tell them how to improve their aim for over the course of the last few years. Fake Preds win game 2 and now game 4. And it's only 2 games left to decide who will be our winners here in our grand finals of North America. But they're on top by about 10 points. It's still getting close, but Fake Preds and CPT, especially with them taking 1st and 2nd place there, starting to make themselves actually out. But look at this, the difference between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd kind of goes up by 5 points. So 10 difference between 65, 55 and 2nd, 15 difference between 55 and 40 in 3rd. If it was only a 20 difference between 3rd and 4th, I'd be really saying something, but no, then things tighten up until about 6th place.
And if CPT ended up winning that 3v3, they'd be in the lead. They'd be 6 points up, and Fake Preds would be 6 points down. Exactly, yeah. So that was a tough one to swallow there, but there are still a couple games left to go. Still 10. It's only a 10-point differential there, and these are our bottom 10 teams. Might not be having the best day, but they made it into the finals. They made it into our grand finals, into the Master Circuit by qualifying. So, of course, they've learned, and they've got the opportunity to win some money here today.
Absolutely, and you just got to make it into that 16th to get up to that $300 prizing. I mean, the 5th through 8th gets $600, so that's a great place to aim, especially if you are in that bottom 10 right now. And that's like winning one of our Slay Days. So the fact that you have a chance to do that and still be in the mix in this lobby, that's awesome. Remember, to find out all this action of how these teams got here and to check our schedule for upcoming tournaments or really what's going on in the PlayStation Tournaments ecosystem, go to compete.playstation.com and it will have all the information you need to sign up, earn prizes, and be involved with our schedule of the broadcast upcoming. Also, on August 24th, Girl and I are doing our second live show detailing all of the great stuff that's happened in our master circuit over the course of 2 months, interviewing your favorite pros, teaching you some basic and advanced tips, and talking about the meta of what Apex Legends has in store. And with a new season coming out on August 8th, 11th, I believe, you're definitely going to want to hear what we have to say about what's changed and what's up in the meta there. So make sure to pay attention, dropping in episode 2 on August 24th. We'll be right back. We've got more Apex Legends Master Circuit Tournament coming up, Game 5 and 6, where we will wrap it up and crown a champion after this.
They put him down! Silence him! Welcome to the home of PlayStation Tournaments Apex Legends Esports. Get ready for all the Apex content you need to improve your game and win prizes in fast-paced, easy-to-join competitions. Look forward to exciting content to get you competition ready, including a monthly live show hosted by me, Rainday, where we'll discuss the latest in Apex, chat with some huge guests, recap the PlayStation tournaments, and much, much more.
So far, so good.
Videos that feature breakdowns, tips, and exciting interviews. And in-depth articles featuring news, ways to improve your game, and conversations with competition winners and esports insiders. So, like, follow, and subscribe for Apex Legends content. And visit the PlayStation Tournaments website, compete.playstation.com, to sign up for competitions.
PlayStation.
So it begins. We are here at the very end, the last break before we crown a champion. Oof, I got chills. And guess what? Before we give away 6 PS5s, girl, are we somehow giving them away to everyone involved? Can we put our names in the hat?
Not quite sure we can this season, but if we decide to
maybe next season in our contract.
make a team,
yeah.
you know, you and I, we make a team, we enter in, and instead of casting these professional teams, we'll be joining alongside them. We watch them play, you know. We watch every qualifier. Now we're watching the grand finals.
We know the strategies.
We know everything.
We know what to do.
We know what to implement.
That's right.
It can't be that hard.
No, come on. Come on. Come on.
If they can do it, we can do it, right?
We can do it too. I believe it wholeheartedly. Fake Preds believes it too. They've won 2 in a row. Will they get that elusive 3rd? 4? Possibly? What a way to end if they do, but it's not them out of the woods yet. 1 big game from CPT, 1 bad game from Fake Preds. They could be out. But remember, 2nd place also gets those PS5, so they're really holding on to top 2. That's the key.
Yep.
Because the money's only $300 difference. Obviously, you get to say you're the winner. That is a big deal internally. But, yeah, number 2, you get pretty much all the same good stuff, which is nice.
Yeah, you got to put it on your resume. Hey, I won the grand finals, PlayStation Apex Master Circuit.
Yeah.
I'm a pro player. I know. Actually, I'm not even going to say what I was about to say. Continue on.
Okay, I'll take that one.
I'll say it. No, it's okay.
Okay.
So my teammates in ALGS put that on a dating website that they were Apex Legends professionals.
All right, for all of my people in the chat and all the pros rewatching this VOD, did it work?
I don't think so.
Well, we can't help you. Game 5 coming up next, and we got some tips. Dating tips, not sure we have many of those, but we definitely have some PlayStation and some Apex tips, that is for sure. Girl and I are bringing you the action. It's been fun. We keep it light, we keep it enjoyable, and also we keep it very, very friendly here for everybody involved in our PlayStation community, and we do truly appreciate everybody who's watching and enjoying this broadcast with us. I think this is one of the coolest things that has happened to Apex Legends. This started in the down period of Apex Legends esports. We didn't have anything going on between playoffs and championships in Raleigh that happened maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and it was a light in the dark time where ranked was really the only other option to get a level of competition. And not only that, for PlayStation players to really cultivate what it's like in the PlayStation experience to be the best of the best on the best console. I feel like that is truly a great gift to give yourself that PlayStation gave to these players, to us, and then now these players can give that gift back and say, yeah, we were the best of the best on the best. So this is exciting for us to see. Game 5 coming up. What is your takeaway so far on the day, girl, and what we've got in store in these next 2 games?
Honestly, the competition is tight. You got to play down to the wire. I know we have 2 teams a little bit above the rest now as they've picked up some wins over the past 4 games. So it's, we've only got 2 games left. Miracles can still happen, but you can't. I don't think a team can just pick up 2 25-point games unless it happens right now. And I'm kind of feeding the story. But yep, this is down beast. Good loot over here. Gonna see the drop spots in a moment. But really, takeaway is NA has some fierce competition.
That is a great takeaway. And I think, too, Storm Point, these teams are starting to get comfortable. And this is a great thing because this map has ingrained itself into the competitive scene. In just a few months, it has become something that players were questioning, excited about, maybe a little bit nervous and unsure. So where now it might be some people's favorite map. Now it's part of the everyday process of waking up and grinding high-level Apex. This map has truly delivered on all that it promised, and it is the first map to do that since World's Edge. And so I'm very, very excited to see what's in store, what's coming up. We got a new season coming up. We don't have a new map, I believe. Might have some map changes, but just a lot of exciting things happening. And let's take a look here. We see G59. Is that really a mirage by Don't Big Body Please?
It is really a mirage. You can't take it back. There's no take backs here in Apex Legends character selection.
Really? Oh my. Well, we'll see if it works. It's not a Mirage. They have picked that character. We'll see if it works. What does that mean, girl? You have a lot of confidence.
It means that they've decided Mirage is the ultimate counter to Seer.
Oh, now talk to me about that. There's some truth to that.
Well, do all the Mirage decoys show up in a Seer Ultimate? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so. I don't know, actually.
It would be cool if they did, though. That would actually be a nice little buff to make to Mirage, don't you think?
It would be. Not necessarily a Seer counter, but I think it would be, you know, a good buff to Mirage. I think, what does Mirage really need? We could kind of kick this thing off since we do have a Mirage in this lobby. Is there something Mirage can get? I know a lot of people love the kit. He is fun. He's a pretty good pub stomp character. But in high level, just I'm not sure he'll ever have the utility to be valued.
Oh, I just came up with the great idea. What if Mirage's decoys had armor?
Oh, wow.
The same armor that Mirage has.
Wow, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
Tank
be
some
crazy.
more damage, and it would be hard to figure out which one's the real one if the decoy has armor.
Yeah, that's true.
Would that be OP?
It would
I don't
not
know.
be, I mean, I don't know. Would it be OP? That's the interesting thing. I think it would be more like just another thing. Sometimes, you know, you could put a new paint job on a car as much as you want, you know, change the wheels, put new rims on it, but it's still going to be a 1975 Cadillac. It's not going to be a, you know, it's not going to be a Porsche, and it's not going to win on the racetrack. So I think that, to me, is kind of where I go. Some kits just do not lend well to competitive team play. And I think Mirage is that kit. I wish it wasn't the case, but I do think that it is true. And the devs have been pretty open about it. Like, you know, not every legend is balanced, and actually most legends are not balanced around competitive, and not every legend, we feel, needs to be in the competitive scene. It's obviously fun when there's a variety. I think it's best for the community, but we don't need to make a legend if they're not viable, like suddenly a huge buff because they want to be in the competitive leagues. Now, I've been with other developers who did want that, and they did want every legend to be involved, and we had meetings weekly about, you know, why is this character being played in the esports, and I would sit down with designers for hours, and it was a great experience, but it was also really, really telling to see, you know, how they saw the problems with the characters, and then how the casual community sees the problem, and then how the esports community often has this very specific but very powerful problem that normally doesn't affect the casual community very much. And so, yeah, it's one of those things. It's always difficult to do, but I find it fascinating as a gamer and as a player. It's good to be aware of those dynamics happening. As D-Pro and any can't get immediate revenge onto Parallel. I'm not sure if that's the full team down, but it is Smoke of Parallel who falls just there.
Yeah, the Ultimate Lovers Trio do a really good job early game. It's the late game where they struggle. It's the top 10 where they really have a hard time. I mean, they got a little bit unlucky last game where they were dominating that fight, and then that one Horizon black hole comes in and ruins the entire rest of their lobby. But we're early game now, and this is kind of where they thrive. They take up these tridents. And I wanted to touch a little bit about what you're talking about earlier with, I did hear about from the developers that they don't want to necessarily make every legend for competitive, but like, for example, a game like Dota 2 where they have a pool of 80, not 80, now they have over 110 legends per se. If Apex ever gets somewhere like that, then you're going to see endless opportunities, maybe even a ban phase. You know, in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if that is going to come forward, because the ban phase is much more akin to
5v5s.
5v5s and 3v3s and set scenarios. So doing that in a lobby like this, you know, how do you implement that? It would be the first of its kind. But Apex is also the first of its kind in Battle Royales to introduce something like Match Point, where traditionally you would have to, you know, in a final big event, just go off points just like this. And sometimes, you know, we're lucky in this PlayStation tournament right now. These points are so close, we don't know who's going to win. It could be Rib. They could come back, win 2 in a row. We have no idea. CPT could win. Fake Breads could get pushed off the top right away. Everyone's playing for something, but in certain tournaments, we've seen people be so far out in the lead that by you get to the 6th game, there's no crescendo, there's no hype, because we already know who's going to win. And doing the match point format really gave that hype back to the Battle Royale scene. So maybe they introduce the next thing, which is ban phase, and make that work in Battle Royale. I have no idea, but it feels like we will take a couple of years to get into that character range, and at that point, who knows? Great chats though. Love talking a little bit about game design and potential and the interactions that happen between Apex Legends fan bases, communities, and players. All
yeah,
good
absolutely.
stuff.
All good stuff. And for the community tournaments or the fun tournaments, there are plenty of ways to go about it. I know there's the all random Royale tournament, one of my personal favorites. Doesn't really decide who the best player is because everyone's randomized, but you get to make some friends off of that. You get to meet new people, play with people with different play styles, which is always a good experience. But here, this is a tournament that is going to determine who the best squad is in a certain situation on a certain map. So this is Storm Point. This is coming to an end as our last 2 games unravel. CPT Curiosity went down just hiding in this corner, trying not to get seen. They have Logan on Bangalore. Good to see Logan back, of course. Healing up, keeping Curiosity alive, and they might opt to come and craft here if they need some shield batteries. I know that's definitely a big thing when it comes to tournament. You want to be able to pop 1 bat, get in there safely, and that's exactly what they're doing. Needs health as well, so he's going to need medkits.
That's true. CPT here.
One squad nearby.
Just setting themselves up for the late game. That's the questions we've had on them. Hopefully they can get answered this time around. Crown King finding Legend Jeff in your kill feed. As 16 squads are still left, round 1. Minute and 12 before that is closed. We begin round 2. Ultimate Lovers Trio, near a Trident with a bow check bow. Feels like home. They've got 1 kill so far. And Anycan just gonna go back towards where his team is set up on the high ground. They've got plenty of teams in sight, so just kind of poking. Still Evo shields to level up. This is not a bad idea. Definitely ambitious shots there. Gonna have to lead him a little bit more.
So there are 16 squads left. Still a slow game. And oh my goodness. Got a little bit of an error, but we're still alive, we're still here. Nothing to worry about. Oh, no beacon nearby to scan, unfortunately, for CPT. So we're gonna think that they're in an okay building, but they will have to rotate even further along. No action really happening, just a bunch of crafting. Let's take a look at what's been successful in the tournament all along. We've seen the flatline be successful. A lot of charge rifle action on this map. It's the long range that really thrives. We don't see too much R9s. We see more R301s. And another charge rifle here, Titans. They've got themselves a good position, I would say. They've got the caustic to hold down the building. And they've got a team nearby. Let's see if they could get their first initial knock. He almost get the crack. He hits the rock there. This could be it. This is 20 flesh. But he's not getting any help from his team. They're actually focusing different tridents. And now that's the great thing about running around with 3 tridents. You don't normally they don't know how to point it out. Which trident do you want to shoot at, right?
And the damage, you know, when you're doing damage to a trident, it's taking 20% of the damage of the initial shot. that's going on. It seems like maybe the charge rifle has a different impact on it, not counting the first couple of shots, or maybe it's just whipping each time, seeming to
it's just
count
one
just
shot.
that final shot, which is different than how that weapon interacts with most of the body. But it's taking 20% of that, and then what's ending up happening is it's splitting amongst everybody in that party. So you're going to be getting almost 3 times more damage if you're having 3 people in there taking that 20% versus obviously having just the one person. So it's a nice little benefit too. You're not letting people be as valuable with their bullets, hitting 3 of you at once versus just one. And yeah, it's part of the strategy that's made them really, really fun. Really nice arc star timing as well. If you're gonna siege this is how you do it. Oh, and they've gotten 2 knocks. Wow, what a play from Fake Preds. And that is it. Did they finish it off? Oh my goodness. Incredible stuff from Fake Preds as they deal with the team up on top. North bad.
Ooh, and there they have it. It's a clean wipe. That's the great thing about having arc stars right in this exact position. If the team above doesn't have a caustic, doesn't have a Watson, it's so easy to get that push off of them because they only have this one safe room, right? They're not able to defend right here. Not able to defend at all. Getting charge rifle though. I really like the nerf that they done with the charge rifle. I'd like to add. It still does a lot of damage. It's still a great sniper, but if it's literally bullets coming from across the map, it's not going to do as much. And I think that was a very healthy balance to the gun.
What were the specific changes for those who are not aware of them?
I'm not sure like exactly 100% what the meter range is. It's all I know is if it's very far away, it's gonna do less damage. Do you know?
I do not. I was basically just kind of trying to follow up off what you had there.
So basically, yeah, there's a distance. There's a drop-off distance.
Well, when was this, I guess is what I'm saying. When was the...
Okay, so damage will decrease to as low as 50% at 400 meters.
Oh, got it. Okay. Got it. So just taking a little bit off that far end poke pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It still works as a sniper, still does its range, but if it's, a little too far, you can't get free kills from across the map. You're not going to do as much damage.
Big time for Ultimate Lovers Trio. A lot going on. Indican might have thrown the drone out there for an EMP. It has not really done enough. Titan Scream realizing he's got to take a detour in the road. Doing some construction there as well.
Prowler's interfering. A lot of squads nearby. Be hard to take a 50-50 here. You're definitely gonna get third-partied. Heal up. We still have the tridents in play, but we're not top 10 yet. I think that's the thing about the Ultimate Lovers Trio consistently using these tridents is they never, they're never unnoticed. Let's put it that way. That everyone knows where they are at all times. Kind of putting yourself at a bit of a disadvantage in that way, because sometimes you see a lot of teams sneak in. You see a lot of teams sneak up on teams, but they're like, you know what, hey, we don't need an advantage besides positional advantage.
Right.
They like to take positional advantage, whereas they're not taking advantage of the audio cues that most people do.
People will be doing 2, 3, 4 different things, and all of a sudden that trident comes over and be like, oh, what's going on over there? Definitely
Exactly.
will be a head turner. They don't mind it though. It also is just signaturely them, right? One of those things is if they ever get to the top of a lobby in this type of situation, you're like, man, if only Ultimate Lovers Trio got out first, then we could really maybe win this tournament. Well, the trident's going to be a dead giveaway. So it is one of those things that they haven't really had to face. But Ultimate Lovers Trio haven't been in the lead of many tournaments lately. They have been in the mix. They're constantly a great team. But yeah, greatness is what they have been seeking. It has eluded them so far. As round 3 is almost at an end. It will begin to close in 20 seconds. For the likes of Rollers MX, we see a few teams in their sights. They're going to have to go through them to get into the zone. They might be able to take the roundabout way. 1 staying, 2 pushing. The mobility of Horizon, it shouldn't be a problem. We'll have to figure that one out, though.
We love roundabouts. A lot of them added here on my island, where I'm from.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, within the last few years, yeah.
Yeah.
And take a look at this fight. 1 for 1. Plugs, nope, ends up going down, and that's CCS taking that win. Take a look at zone. Okay, so we've got a couple teams in Launchpad, a couple teams north of zone that are going to end up fighting 100%. And the western side, got a few of them as well, and a couple in the south. No one really in that mid, no one in that center. There's not much area to play there. So everyone's playing the edge. And here comes Roller as MX. They're gonna 50-50. Smoke coming through. It's gonna be hard to see the smoke, and they're on the low ground, but they have a object to play behind. 1 HP going down. It's gonna be a 2v3 situation. Tuhiado. Gotta play life here.
Good damage. Much better trade. Maybe 150 to the 100 that was given back to him. And Mokusai's got to get up, though. One of their best players, for sure. It just may not be enough. Trying to hide behind the shield and get that quick revive. I think they'll be able to get it off. So I'm going to drop the shield? No. But they will return with damage, and luckily it doesn't go on to Memo. I think this is enough to get a shield battery off. And look at this. Wow, if they can somehow stay alive here, that is going to be huge. They need 1 to be holding this angle, and that's Mercenary. Memo knows he may have some work to do. Mercenary goes down to Ahiado. Maybe climbing up. Can we see a miracle? Not just yet. This is CPT. They're not going to make it easy. To Ahiado, know it. And he's just going to push back around. Curiosity gets what they want. 2 out of 3 of Rollers MX. And it might just be 3 out of 3 in a moment.
He has ultimate, but he's not going to be able to pull that off without getting killed. And Crowned King actually comes with the third party and steals the kill. So it's going to be it for MX Rollers. Fake Fred. They're gatekeeping. Very nice shots. Get 1 crack. They have red armor across the pond. And Fake Freds are actually in a very good situation. They actually want to level up multiple Evo shields for themselves. Maybe sending some over to their cousins or their relatives for Christmas. The shots aren't quite hitting as they used to. Zone is pulling in 4 seconds. Oh, they've got a team behind them. That's going to be good for them if they can pick up these kills before the zone pulls in. Dome has been wasted. 21, 3. Unfortunate. They got to jump down and, you know, give a fair fight down here.
CPT holding this rock and at the edge of the zone. They will be safe here as it closes within the last 15 seconds. They've got 2 kills to their name. A win might have a chance of pushing them above Fake Freds.
Oh no.
Even though Daniel Spams and the rest of Fake Freds is alive, it's going to force Logan to throw the creeping barrage. And this is actually a great ultimate for this specific situation. What they're going to do is respond with the defensive bombardment in kind. And CPT will be forced back out, but you can see it forced the bubble, it forced the ultimate, and it actually did a decent bit of damage. This may be the only way Logan could have survived here. The missile swarm is going to hit, though. And the EMP, man, wasn't it just a little late? Could that have bought some more time for Logan? Now they've got to fight as 2, but that Arc Star, it will do damage unless they move, and they have moved, and that's another 35 there. So a very dangerous hold for CPT. They are fighting with everything they've got, and they've gotten Logan back up. And with a Phoenix kit, there may just be an opportunity through the smoke. You see a moment of curiosity. What's in front? Oh, a Trident! But look at this Havoc, look at the shred, and that's what I'm talking about, the value of 1 weapon when 2 players are on a Trident. Oh my god, doubled the damage, and CPT is back up. They win the trade, and there's only 4 squads left.
Oh, what just happened to the whole lobby? It felt like everyone was alive, and now we're down to 4. Definitely a charge rifle wouldn't have been able to do that amount of damage as they ran away with the Trident. Titans, they're feeling good. You can see the confidence that they have. They're placing these traps down, trying to gain some leverage onto the other teams and get some real estate down here. They have to stick together though. Don't want anyone flanking from behind. They see fake Preds and they want some action. Great initial damage. They do have a caustic ult, and here we go. The damage has been done. They've been cracked mid-air. Daniel Span's down to 1 HP. He ends up going down. It's a 3v2 situation. Can Ferg stay alive before a third party arrives? Massive.
Huge stuff from Titanus as well. They are taking down fake Preds. It is going to be CPT with a chance to win. Titanus, obviously, within our top 5. They would love a victory here. That would put them in Game 6 for a chance to be in the mix with CPT and with fake Preds. Oh, wouldn't that set up some high drama in our grand finals of North America and our PlayStation tournaments Apex Legends Master Circuit. But my money's on CPT with this position right now.
Yeah.
They don't have to move. They're in the middle of the circle. It's going to force Titanus to do something first. It's just a raw 3v3. What does Titanus have to play off of, though? EMP on the side of CPT. Titanus, they've got that caustic gas, which, you know, for all intents and purposes, could be a great offensive grenade right now, just to get them out of that zone and force them to take open space the way Titanus are going to have to do in a moment.
Don't know if it's off a cooldown, though. That's a thing. Curiosity almost has his ultimate. It's about 15%. Probably will get it by the end fight here, and has grenades. Yeah. They do have the high ground. They do have the rock. Now, I believe Ferg's used caustic gas in the fight, and it takes a while to get that ultimate back. Unless they could find some ultic cells. Don't know if they'll be able to get that one off. I'm on your side here. Same bet as you. This is just a hard situation to get out of. They might have to swing left, try and fight off the side where Logan isn't. That would be a good idea, to try and catch Curiosity off guard right now, right here. They got to make a quick decision.
Yeah, they cannot let this game come to them. They're going to have to take it. Titan is a team that I thought could have done a little bit better in making the lobby theirs, putting their imprint on it. They've survived into top 5 very often. They're going to be in the money. They're going to have a good showing. Definitely be able to walk out of here head high when it's all said and done. But don't you want the trophy? Don't you want to be number 1? This is the moment that will determine it. Or will it be CPT's story? Will they be just a side character, a plot, a minor villain to be stepped over as the hero powers up? It's a question only CPT can answer here. Creeping Barrage coming in, and as well, it is going to be the EMP. That is going to hit, and is going to put them at 50% shield. CPT on the high ground, looking quite easily able to handle this fight. I don't see why it should go wrong, and it doesn't look like it is going to now. No storyteller thrillers, no secret endings, and no surprise twists. It is going to be, despite a slow climb there, CPT taking their time and finishing off Lovitz for this final story to go their way. It is CPT as your champion of Game 5. They have now made themselves a potential grand finals champion with that win.
Yeah, you were saying it earlier. Do you want this on your resume, or are you satisfied with getting a PS5 at 2nd place? Well, CPT, they want the win. They want it all. They want to be able to flex this trophy at the end of the day, or at least their PlayStation 5 trophy, if you want to count that. But yeah, they did exceptionally well, and unfortunately, Titans, they did have to make a move earlier. You can't wait until that Wombo combo hits you. That EMP on top with the Rolling Thunder or the Creeping Barrage, whichever one you want to use.
I like them both.
That was just really hard to fight up against. So it's hard to make these decisions when you're inside of them. It's easier when you're watching, for sure. But when you're up against so much wombo combo ultimates, you got to figure out something sporadically. You got to do something that no one expects. You can't wait until the zone actually starts to close to make your move when you're at the biggest disadvantageous position in the game.
It's like we're in the Wombo Combo ultimate meta now. I mean, it feels like that's really where things are shifting with Horizons and Seers and Cryptos and following up on it. It just is a layer of Apex that we probably haven't seen. It's been a lot more team fighting, information, utility scanning, definitely defensive oriented, stalling, bubble fighting, but it hasn't necessarily been this offensive, like you hit your ultimate, I hit my ultimate, and then we like just dominate. And you know, it's a little bit like a hero shooter in that way, and that's kind of what this game builds off of, hero shooters, which is characters with abilities and ultimates, and, you know, putting them in a battle royale setting. And so I think it was bound to happen. It feels like we might be at the dawn of that.
Oh yeah, CPT ending up getting the revive over here was insane. They could have died out in 6th or 5th place there, but they ended up winning that and doing enough damage to be able to get the revive, which ultimately gets them higher in the leaderboard. Titans did a great job taking angles on fake Preds. Now they were in a great spot for the most of the game, but Titans, you know, paving their way through. Getting the 2nd place is still great. It was a really hard one to fight, whether they ended up surprise factor pushing or not. Now, and as you said before, we didn't have that earlier on in Apex. Earlier on in Apex, it was taking it slow and steady. Now you have additional things to think about. For example, ultimates, Bangalore, Crypto, and that stun by Dr. Magic as well.
Yep.
Just slowing them down as they pushed. And 51% shot accuracy. I think that's the highest I've seen today.
Wow, with 1,700 damage dealt, that's pretty crazy.
I need lessons, Dr.
I need lessons,
Magic.
for
I
sure.
need coaching lessons.
51, wow.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Only 1 kill too, but the amount
a lot of damage.
Yeah, a lot of damage.
Well, that is going to be a 23-point game. That is certainly going to, in my book, put them in a position to be above or at Fake Preds. Now, think about this. Fake Preds have won twice. CPT are only 10 points behind and could be ahead of them now. And having only won once, what does that say? If they are ahead. Think about what that says about CPT's performances over the course of the day. I mean, just with 1 win, they're still at the top of the leaderboard. Fake Preds have had 2. That's just phenomenal in terms of placements. You know, really being able to kind of make up that difference with consistently just being in those final circles for longer than Fake Preds.
Yeah, during the qualifier phase, I would have said Fake Preds were very consistent in their placement ability, but CPT coming in and doing even more placement point wise than them shows how much they've grown over the course. And you know they work well fighting wise, you know that they can make their wins, and it's only a 2-point difference. We've only got 1 game left, Rain Day. 1 game left, and we don't know who's gonna win. Who's gonna get that first place? That's exciting.
Yeah,
but 56 versus 76? That's tough.
That's tough. I mean, it's looking like if it wasn't Titaness, I'd be a little more worried because you could see they were right there with a chance to maybe win. But the problem is Fake Preds or CPT are going to probably have good games. You got to hope for both of them to somehow get out early. And if they do, then Titaness have a chance to maybe sneak in 77 points or something like that with a win and get ahead of them. But it is looking like a tall task. Those PS5s, they might be locked up, girl. They might kind of be locked up here.
I normally don't suggest going for 50-50 soft drop, but if ever you want a 50-50, I would say right now, you know,
You think they're
if I were
confident enough?
Titaness, you know, PS5 or no PS5, you want the PS5, right? So you have to 50-50 one of those 2 teams in order to be able to get a 20-something point game and win this out. So you have to eliminate them, get the 3 kills, make sure they're out, and then you do the calculations throughout the whole game. You calculate as many kills as you need and get that win. It's tough. It's extremely hard and not easy to do, but if any time to do it, it would be now, right?
This is the time to do it. I mean, it's just going to be up to a team that we've had questions on that have played really, really well. But in terms of taking this lobby, to me, CPT and Fake Preds are always in the conversation. Ultimate Lovers Trio have been around. They've been in the conversation because of their unique style of play, maybe not because of their efficiency in terms of point getting. But CPT and Fake Preds, they've been, I mean, back and forth. Every week it feels like CPT getting the better end of those trades. But man, what a final we have. And for those two as well, I think what a way to end this North American Masters circuit, to just say one game to kind of rule them all. One game to say who really was the best. We might all get PS5s. You know, maybe they all deserve PS5s based on their performances over the circuit that last 2 months, but only one person is going to be number one.
That's true. Only one person can claim that they were the best in this, you know, first Apex Legends Masters circuit, right? So definitely something to be looking forward to. Only a 2-point difference. So it's not going to take that much playing better than the others survive. Get the kills as you normally do. You don't have to do anything extravagant, but if you're Titans, you do. You have to do something extravagant. You have to go out of your way and create or write your story, because there's no other time to do it than now.
Well, you may think we're going to a break. We're not. We're actually going straight to Game 6. That's right. The action continues. We are not going anywhere. We are sitting here. We are vibing. I want to give a shout-out to chat. I'm going to take a look at chat as well just to say hi. What are you guys watching? You're on a little bit of a delay. What's up, chat? Thank you for watching. We're glad you're here. And it is going to be a fun one heading into our final game of the day. Our final game of this Masters circuit. Our final game of the tournament of the season. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. I'm excited. And, you know, it's like this is really a chance, too, for some of those teams on the bottom. You look at some of these point totals here. Between 56 and 24, we've got all of the teams in the 3 through 9 position. And that means, like we saw before, a 28-point game is going to put you in a potential 3rd, 4th, 5th spot. It's going to double, triple your money. So even if CPT and Fake Preds don't win, and we have a team like Parallel, which I had been talking about, Ultimate Lovers Trio put it together, Rollers MX, they could not only jump up to 3rd place, but they could really increase the amount of prizing they're getting and make a statement to the rest of the lobby. Maybe not this season, but for next season, to say, we're coming. Remember our name. We know how to show up when the final bell rings.
Hey, I opened the chat as you said you were going to open the chat. And I want to say hi to Smook, hi to Webian, hi to Leroy. Thank you all for joining. And Mystic Kun 100 for saying, oh wait, no, so sorry, Leroy POV for saying there's no aim assist on sniper scopes. And I think that's true. I think that's why you don't see those big scopes in these PlayStation tournaments. So there you go. There's a fact from one of our chat members. Thank you for that.
It's great. I mean, it's good to kind of keep in mind with the meta. I mean, also, it's like, you know, everybody's got a role, and you usually, whether it's on PlayStation here or whether it's just in normal Apex competition, you have somebody who's playing a controller role, and, you know, if you don't see that player playing snipers ever, now you can kind of put it all together, right? Because there isn't really any aim assist. Even if there is aim assist, it's definitely not functional in the same way that traditional aim assist is on other weapons with snipers and with long scopes. So that is one of those things that, yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. And now we know. Well, Outsiders look like they've lost one player. Dinosaur Venom and Crazy Cucumber are going to end this one. The ladies in command. Rampart and Watson flying down, hands behind the back. Enjoying the fresh breeze as they fall down onto Storm Point for the last jaunt. Their last stroll. See what they can make happen in Game 6. It's Grand Finals, girl.
Yeah,
this is it. CBT, Fake Preds. They got a chance to go 1 or 2 PlayStation 5s on the line. We're giving away 6 of them. $1,500 for first place, $1,200 for second. Oh boy.
Hey, Rain Day, I want to let you know, Leroy loves her vibes. Just to let you know.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, thank you, Leroy. We appreciate ya and everyone else in the chat. This is our last game. This is our chance, our last and final chance to do everything we possibly can. Now, did we get that 50-50 contest that I was talking about? I don't think so, Titanus. They're an antenna doing what they do best. But take a look at Fake Preds. 2 teams nearby. And look at Lightning Rod. The Lightning Rod was taken by another team. I think other teams in the lobby want to make this hard. And CPT, look at them too. They've got someone on them as well. This is going to be an exciting finish for sure.
This will be interesting. That's how I like it. We'll have to pay attention to some fighting if it's around. Who is this? CCS. Yeah, teams are running. You could tell. Don't hurt me, please. Almost going down here. Mozambique, RE45. Which one are you using to slide down and get that finish? I like that Mozambique choice.
And Mozambique was underestimated for the longest time until arenas came about, but kill some zombies. Kill some zombies. Kill some zombies.
Kill some zombies.
Not gonna go down quite yet. Joker. Joker, though. Not a zombie. Just a clown. Walking his way up.
I like that name. And I like that.
Which one?
That flow. Kill some zombies.
Kill some zombies?
Kill some zombies.
Definitely creative.
Yeah. Or not creative, which makes it creative. You know what I mean? It's just like it's very like straightforward, which is like what's funny about it. Kill some zombies.
Yeah.
It's like eat some chips, you know, if that
was
your name.
With 2 dashes, was 1 dash taken?
Wow, yeah, that would be, wow. The PlayStation community would be all about taking down some zombies if that's the case. Couldn't even
Maybe
get it.
Maybe there's an OG out there.
One thing I realized about names in some of the consoles that I've casted, it's you know, they're sometimes difficult, and that's why the hyphens, that's why the X's, the dashes, the underscores, and I've always found it so difficult to read as a caster sometimes. It's my own personal thing. I've casted these for years now, console leagues, and I've always been like, what is that? XO, you know, and it's funny, but I know that it's through necessity to try to get it together. Like, Horks, I don't know, is that just an X in between? Is the I, is it I Horks? I don't know. I don't know. But Rats, I love you. Fenty, I'm thinking. Fenty?
Fanty. It could be Fenty, it could be Fanty, it could be Fonty.
Kev Jaha. You know, but I realize it's not them getting their perfect name, and I know it, and I use it. And I hope they give me the same level of mercy that I
sneak attack
that I need. Girl, you've died to one of those before.
Yeah,
you lost your team in tournaments.
I have a rank. Yeah, I was actually Apex Predator.
Wow.
And I lost a lot of RP, dying to one of those one day, so a little bit salty, but it was actually a hilarious clip, so I couldn't be too salty about that. It was in the beginning when this map first came out, and Prowlers could actually just glitch, jump at you from a mile away very fast.
That was
one of
like
those.
a glitch.
It was funny.
It was a little bit of a glitch like that with kicking. And that kick or that action, once it was locked onto a player and it was going to land, would land. Even if the Valkyrie would skyward dive, or she would, you know, boost away.
Yeah, I seen clips of that. That was funny.
That's probably what happened with the Prowler as well. Just had that
Pretty
same
much.
code.
The lock on, yeah.
Once it locked on, there was no way you're going to escape it, even if you phase breached or something. It was going to find you.
Yeah,
That's a
but
scary
it's
thought.
so funny. It's so funny. And Prowlers have better movement than most players. Did you know that fact?
Oh, yeah, I did. I did, because movement in Apex is one of the hardest things to learn.
Yeah, it is.
And it is tempting to try to learn it. It is tempting to try to be that person that just, you know, goes straight forward to say, I'm going to learn to slide jump and all this and bunny hop and wall bounce before I even learn how to, you know, what the guns do. But I always advise people, you know, learn game sense. You know, play the game. You know, your movement will come. Practice those things on the side, but you can have all the greatest movement in the world and all the greatest aim and get into these predator lobbies and die instantly because you focused on the wrong thing to really improve. You have no game sense. You don't really know what to do in these high-level lobbies, and so that's much more important when it comes to scaling your efforts and your gameplay. You know, a smart player oftentimes is much better than a fancy player.
That's very true. But I feel like, yeah, movement has gotten increasingly better over the times. And in the beginning, I didn't feel like it was necessary, but seeing everybody wall jump gets you a lot of likes on Twitter, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
It gets you a lot of likes.
That's true, you know. Maybe I'll go wall jump after this, you know, get some likes. I need another couple tweets today. I don't think I've reached my tweet limit yet. I've gotten three out today.
How many do you normally do a day?
Like one. I was being a little sarcastic.
Yeah, I know. I was just joking.
Yeah. But you know, I find that people want to hear from me once, and then they want to move it on. And the next day they're like, oh, okay, all right, I'm ready for this guy again. 3-4 times, and I started going, oh, what is this guy doing? You know,
Not for you, Rain Day.
I'm not following your vlog.
Oh no, not the vlog.
Game 6 is upon us. Rain Day and Girl on the mic. Chat hanging out. Our grand finals is here. Our final game. That's what Game 6 means. And we have a top heavy field with our top 2 teams vying for their spot. Not only at first, separated by 2 points, but bragging rights and those elusive PlayStation 5 consoles, plus a $1,500 cash prize. A great day at the office. Scrubs making it not so good for Smooth. Remember that you go out here, this is the end. You will be watching. No more games left to play, so leave it all out on the map.
Oh, Smokey getting a knock as well. Toasty Ninja doing everything possible to get this dub. They end up winning their fight, but there are a lot of fights going on in the meantime. I'm pretty sure I saw a CPT in a fight as well. Parallel, still alive. This is Smook. Shout out to Smook being in the chat earlier, having a good time.
See,
having a good day today, I hope. Yeah.
Smook's the example of someone who's probably named Smoke, but couldn't get Smoke FPS.
No shot. You think?
You don't? I do think. This is what I'm saying.
You think that's Smoke and not Smokey?
Listen, I've been calling him Smook, just like you, because that's what his name says.
What about Smokey?
But I bet that we'll see a tweet, and Smook will go, yeah, my name was Smoke, but I couldn't get it, so I go by Smook. And people just started calling me that or something like that. You know, listen, Smoke, tell us the story. We're calling you Smook, because that's what your name is. But I have a feeling. I just have a gut feeling.
I have a gut feeling it's the opposite.
Really? He was named Smook, and then just happily had the ability to type Smook.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
I don't think it was Smoke. If it was Smoke, you know what I would have done?
What?
SMOHKE.
What?
You know, you gotta put the H's in there.
The H
that
softens
was the trend
that.
back in my
Oh my
PlayStation
God, look at this.
3 days.
Look at this, he can't get out!
He's stuck! The ultimate counter to the tried and play to the ultimate lovers trio, and he didn't give up.
Oh my God, that should have been a kill.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What that was funny. Okay, we asked how do you counter this ultimate lovers trio moment, this strategy. That was the moment right there. That was it. We need to clip it, ship it, show anybody who's worried about it. Bring a Horizon and a black hole. That will do. It looked like it was Arc Snare tethered, like from an Ash cube.
Oh yeah, that. It was like he had his foot stuck in glue. Like I'm trying to get out, but I can't. But Arc tethered one-ups me for sure. That it was clever. I don't think he was Arc tethered, but it really did look like it.
Did he just not have any boost?
No way. Arc tether doesn't work on Tridents. Rain Day? Wow, this is a nice rat spot. What?
Yeah,
I didn't even know about this one. Did you?
Oh, no.
Have you seen it? This is inside like the tunnel.
Back
It never
in.
ends here. And Cucumber does have to move, unfortunately, so the red spot isn't gonna hold for long. But that is a really clever spot. Thank you for showing us that, Cucumber.
Look at this.
Oh, no.
Parallel, a team that I thought might have a big game. Got really close in game number 4. Couldn't quite pull it off. But now losing Smook. Zonian and Tech are going to have to do it all. Tech 11, as we know. With Roman numerals, Girl and I very familiar with those. And just waiting from below. The bow check from low to high. It's going to say a harder shot. Makes it look easy with the 83. Takes more than his fair share of damage back, Tech 11. So we'll just hide behind this corner and heal up for now.
We have a really good spot in zone. It's unfortunate that we've lost our third. He was too busy saying hi to me in chat earlier. That's what caused him. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you might be right.
Oh man, that would be funny, eh? No, I'm just kidding. There's a big delay here, folks, so he was saying hi in that delay period. But actually, he might have timed out. He said hi to me in chat. I don't know. But Tech 11 still gonna stay alive. No, wait, hold on. If he said hi to me, it would have been... Okay, confused. Go next. I got that all wrong. Okay, so what do we got? Flatline with nothing on it. Bow check with everything on it. With only 26 arrows. We're not going to be able to fight off an army. What is it? The Army of Mordor?
The Army of Mordor? Yeah, you going to watch Lord of the Rings later?
I
have been watching.
I watched it. Don't you worry about that. Not enough arrows. My favorite is Gimli. I named my stuffed monkey after Gimli.
That's a cute
love
name.
Gimli. Yeah.
Gimli's a cute name for sure. Yeah, it's good. And my ox. That's where you. They decide they're gonna do it. Great movie, great book. Excited to see more of that come out later in the fall. And now we've got synchronization. He synchronized
death.
Yeah, I was going to say the spectate screen extremely well. And Tech is out of there. So gains an extra placement point. All right, and take a look here. Rollers. And next we got Fake Pred still alive too in that building to the far left in your brown color. We also, at CPT. Down below in the blue at the very bottom, we have Daniel Spams and its route. That is Fake Preds. So the two teams looking for just a win. To go 2 points ahead of their compatriots at the top, Fake Preds on the bottom. And on the left-hand side, CPT currently 2 points ahead of this lobby, just wanting to hold on to that.
Enemy over there.
Not too many players at their back, but I think maybe Fake Preds can really run into this lobby unencumbered.
Oh, those are some good shots coming in from Titan Screen, but the follow-up's just going to be too hard. They're way too far, and if you took a look at that map, it's the exact same end zone pretty much that we seen earlier today under Command Center. You know that building I was talking about, or you were talking about earlier? I'm trying to bring that one up. It's almost the exact same, and we got killed some zombies. They've got that building under wraps for now. Still 13 squads. And the Trident. If we're gonna go down in our last game, we're gonna go down in this Trident.
And you know what? That Prowler made Titan Screen make a tough choice. It's like, dude, I'm not trying to use my Volt ammo on a Prowler. I'm trying to save that. All I have is a charge rifle after that as well. But it's done a very, very good job.
Curiosity got some kills on the board. More kills on the board. Rollers MX doing a great job gatekeeping here. They're gonna end up going down. B-Man, El Tonko. are out. Rollers MX playing this edge. Now, are they going to be safe around this corner? Let's take a look at the map here. See that end zone? We've seen almost the same one, not the exact same. It pulls a little bit closer to Stormcatcher than it did earlier today. Variety of end zones, thanks to the Apex team. They're giving us a little spice in our life.
A little spice. I love the ping system. It's just so good. Such a great part of this. Wish we had it on broadcast almost. You could ping the part of the circle to show up visually, just so we could see for those who have a hard time translating that overhead map into the actual world that they're looking at 3D. I'll be honest, sometimes I have trouble with that too. But all you need to do is follow the action here, especially with Free Meter and Riv, a team that definitely has played well today. They've won our first game. And with a few points, they would be putting themselves in a nice position to finish off this tournament. They are not in the top 10, so a win right here, a big win, and so far they've got one, at least 9 kills, would, I think, jump them up quite a bit. I think they may even be able to do something like we saw in our last match with We Don't Play. Maybe a 20, 25, 28 point bomb. If they keep this up, it is certainly possible. They're already sitting on with first place. 21 point game. Let's see what can happen.
Oh no, fake Preds. They're gonna go down in our top 10, it seems. Daniel Spams goes out, and that is 8th place for them.
And CPT, are they?
Oh, CPT!
Wow.
CPT, they're gonna go down right after. It looks like Logan dead. Have they done enough? Have they got enough kills? I wasn't quite sure. I didn't see the amount of kills each team had, but I know Logan had 4 assists.
I think they did it. I think they did it, girl. I'm pretty sure CPT, starting this all out with 2 above, is going to be able to, with the 4 kills here and only the 1 assist that I saw from Fake Preds, be able to hold. But we'll have to get that. It's an unofficial speculation right now. We will get the official confirm at the end of this game, but the game is almost over. Shrubs falling down. 2 of his teammates left to carry the burden. Can they make it into the circle? The zone is looking better and better for Shrubs, as they've lost 1, but they have so much room to play with now. CCS inside, locked in. Electrodes placed, pylons ready to go. Exhibit giving them all the information they need. Kill some zombies. Started out a little precarious, now feeling really good. And what did we say? Titaness with a big win. Could they maybe jump into second? It doesn't look possible, but who knows? That's 3 kills right now. There's 8 more players left. There's 5 kills potentially. A 20-point game, it would be close. Don't think it'd be enough. We'll have to wait.
They would be, I think they would need even more than a 20-point game,
they
as
would.
the other teams did manage to make top 10, which is 2 point. Oh, this angle!
Oh!
Love it! Doing a beautiful job kills some zombies. Mac even taking a peek through that window, doing damage as well. They want it. They want the kills. They heard you talking about them, Rain Day. They said, you know what? I'm going to challenge this. I'm going to try and get every kill possible that I can before this game ends. There's only 3 squads left. Let's try and kill everybody and do our absolute best. This is the last moment that we have. We secured top 3. Can we secure anything above?
We saw the circle
question.
Already in Europe today.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the exact same one.
It
And
did end
so
up
that-
being the exact same one.
That low ground ends up working, but still on the high ground. Both teams are playing. They're just challenging each other. One running up to the other, saying, let's go, let's do this. Titaness up for the challenge. Can they do what I've been challenging them to do, though, which is get a win? They have found themselves in the mix so often, 64-33, as the reload occurs. But what does that mean if you can't go ahead and crown yourself #1 at the end of the day? It has been CPT and Fake Preds who have been able to do it. If Titaness showed this kind of fervor, this level of execution, could they have maybe had some PS5s? We don't know. But they're not fighting just for that right now. They're fighting for their legacy. They're fighting for next season. They're fighting for their pride. 2 teams still alive here. 7 squads left. Titaness representing that squad. who is outnumbered. And they're yet going to go for it. They hear that there's a res going on, girl. And they're back up on top.
Yeah, and still 15 seconds remaining to be able to cancel that res with the Seer Q. Oh, that's not going to be an option for now. And they are going to try and stick that res again. Do they get the res off? It sounded like they did. 5 carries going in. Needs to just pop a shield battery though. Toasty Ninja doing the cover fire, making sure he gets all the angles that he possibly can for his team here. Wow.
Shin Malfred.
Slow, yeah. Kill Some Zombies is still alive, actually. Kill Some Zombies, I believe, was the first one to go down inside of that building. They had the building originally, so they got at least one recovered. And like we're talking about, the low ground does work. It does work. Ferks throwing those barrels down, but no.
Can't quite reach.
Can't quite reach. A viewer of mine, I'm Tor, loves to do that, spamming barrels everywhere he goes in every fight he possibly can. I know he's in the chat right now watching. I'll give him a little shout out here. And actually, the next time I played Caustic, I did the exact same thing. It's kind of fun throwing Caustic barrels at your enemies' faces. You can get as many down as possible. Could help.
We are in the final round. 3 squads remaining, and the circle is closing in. Inevitability strikes in all aspects of life, and certainly it does here. We are coming to an end. It has been one heck of a 2-month showcase of the best teams in the PlayStation circuit for our Apex Legends Master Circuit. And now we have finished with 3 here on Stormpoint. Caustic on Ferks, doing everything he can to set up a zone to play into. And people forced to move throughout exhibits, showing all their locations. But doesn't really matter much. They all know where they are, inside and outside. But a move hasn't been made. It's a Western, a standoff in the sand, 10 paces away. Who's gonna shoot first?
Oh, Ferks is going to have to drop. He does have this Nox gas, and he's going to pop it. This is going to be good. This is going to give them some space. They have the high ground here. They're going to shoot from behind. Crown King takes down Killsome. And they take down another Ferks. Going down, it's all up to Mac if they want to win on their squad. Mac, taking angles, can survive with this knockdown shield. Doing a great job. It's a 1v2 situation. Can he get the one clip on the Seer? No, he's going to go down. Strubs is going to take the last win of our Apex Legends Master Circuit. Great finale.
Well done for Srubs. And they will do it. They will complete our tournament. They will complete our season. And it will lead us to our leaderboards to showcase who took it all. Who will get that cash prize? Who will become a brand new owner of a PS5? Not me, but somebody that I'm going to be watching right now. We're going to announce him. It's almost, you know, we were talking about Christmas. It's less than halfway through the year, or halfway to Christmas. It's more than halfway through the year. You know, the season of giving. Might as well bring it in now, because you talk about Thanksgiving, and then you just round it back. Just keep going back. Let's have it right now. The giving of PS5s. We're about to do it. But Game 6, yeah, it was great. I mean, CPT, they were able to hold on a little longer than Fake Preds. Fake Preds did enough to get top 7, but it wasn't enough to overcome the lead CPT had. And, you know, that's kind of got to hurt a little bit. Obviously, Fake Preds wanted that. But, you know, when I look at what Logan said when we interviewed him, as we take a look at how this last game progressed over our highlights, Logan mentioned coming back with a vengeance. He mentioned showing everyone that they were the best. And it feels like he's a man of his word, and he kept it.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. We realized that he had a lot of confidence, and he showed that in his interview, right? Okay, look at it from 60
It was purposeful.
Yeah, it happened, and you can see that from this perspective. And look at Titan's
He's not even shooting.
Just trying to get... He's not even shooting, going for it.
Why aren't they shooting him? He stayed there. Wow. Like,
for the
what?
content. For the content, right? You gotta understand. You're a content creator yourself. Great content. That was funny to watch.
That was a great moment. At the YouTube short right there. Rib on their way. Had a really nice game going. Look at this, 9 kills.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely dominated. Made top 7. They were the ones who were going to actually come close to finishing off Fake Breads, but then it would be Fake Breads, then CPT would fall in quick succession. Leave Titaness and Ferks and Mac, and then it would also leave Srubs involved, would eventually take the win.
Yeah, so our trio ended up beating the two duos there at the end, and it was really nice to see this team end this tournament on a win, because we saw the amount of effort put in by them and all the shortcomings and the hard games Vibes had to kind of solo it out through. So it's a great finish to end the day for them. We wanted to see something good for them.
That's true. Yeah, we definitely did. It's always nice to see some positive endings, and you kind of go into the next season and what's happening, and you know, the next moment for these players, because it's going to be off season for a little bit, and just you want to take some confidence in, and that's important. There's something to build off of, and this is certainly something to build off of. A 10-kill game, a 22 bomb to finish it off. Not bad in your final match.
Not surprised to see a few revives there. They got so many kills, and it's going to be exciting to see this leaderboard coming through. Who got first? Who got second? Who got top 10? We're about to find out. But to see our winners of the day, who can actually snag a win in a Battle Royale, that's really important, right? Especially if match point format ever comes out. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me tell you, it's very, very... All right, so this is our second page. First, I believe, right? Yeah.
This is our, second
we're
page
waiting
first.
for the reveal.
So this is
it's
who
like, did I
didn't make
miss
it
what
into
happened?
the top 10.
No.
This is...
And well, victor is CPT.
Wow.
Congratulations on becoming your Apex Legends Master Circuit champions with 88 total points. You take first place, $1,500, and brand new PS5s to each one of you. Curiosity, Dr. Magic, and it's Logan. That is awesome stuff. Also, congrats to Fake Preds, who with second place take $1,200, and PS5s for Daniel Spams, It's Route, and Woko. Titaness and Rib shared the third and fourth place prizing, and Srubs just missing out on that one by 1 point, but still absolutely incredible performance. They're 5th through 8th. They take $600, and not too shabby of a day. That's like winning one of our Masters Slay days. So great overall performance for all of our top 10 teams.
Yeah, big shout out to everyone here. If you're a fan of the Master Circuit, if you're a fan of these players in general, make sure to check them out on their socials. Make sure to check them out on their Twitch. If you see TV in the name or not, they might have a social media, and that's another way that you can support them and support the PlayStation competitive scene here. And we're gonna have more to come for sure later on.
All right.
Take a look at that.
Yeah, more to come now, girl. Look what's on our schedule.
Mortal Kombat Ultimate Fight Night Invitational, August 12th at 9 a.m. PT. Our Fight Night Invitational for Tekken, 7 and August 19 at 9 a.m. PT. And our Wild Card Qualifier, August 26th, 9 a.m. PT. So it's coming back. It's official.
Uh-oh. It's official. It's coming back. We are excited, and we can't wait to see you guys there on August 26th, and specifically August 24th as well. We will be doing our second episode of Dropping In. Girl and I will be doing our 1-hour live broadcast, cast to all places PlayStation, talk about everything that's happened, everything that's going to happen. And remember, compete.playstation.com is where this all starts. PlayStation Tournaments has a ton of prizing and opportunities for young, amateur professionals like yourself, maybe watching at home, or those who have competed, to get a chance at a broadcast, at prizing, at PS5s, at great things that can come your way. Every single player who just won money today and a brand new console was a part of compete.playstation.com. So check it out. You could be next season. All right, girl, any final words? It's a great season, and it is come to an end.
It's bittersweet. It had a lot of great moments, a lot of great Apex today. Super happy to be a part of this, and you don't have to be young to join and compete. You could be, in your 40s and your 50s and still competing. So Don't take that too literally. Come on in, tell your family about it. You know, they've got PS4s, teach them. Allow them to compete with us. You never know who might surprise you. I know there are some folks out there that can definitely hit that Diamond Masters range for sure with some effort.
Well, thank you, everyone who's been involved in this broadcast from behind the scenes and all of our production. Again, a huge shout out to ESL and PlayStation for allowing us to put this on. Everyone who has supported our players, our viewers, our staff, our chat, and of course, Girl as well. It has been a pleasure. Wouldn't have wanted to do it with anybody else. We have had fun here. Make sure to follow us both on our Twitters at HeyGirl and at Rainday Gaming. My name is Rainday. We love you. As always, never give up, never stop gaming. We'll see you next season.
Next season. Bye.